grill it. Welcome back, everybody. It's lovely to be here. It's been like 2 weeks since we've been on, and it's been an interesting break. We had a few problems, and I wasn't very well, and we come back and we're returning so that we can see all your lovely faces once again. I want to say big love to GP Daz, the mod of the month, and also mod of the moment. Mod of the yummies, and because they have resubscribed and have been with us for 15 whole months.
Wow.
Absolute legend, GP Daz. We love you very, very much. But yeah, it's super cool to be back, and really looking forward to this one. So we're going to see how we'll be getting on, but I think it's important to find out how everybody is. Group checkup. Make sure we're all happy and dandy. So in the chat, I know that there's a wonderful little group of us. You all know who you are. Red Panda Gamer's here on time. This is amazing. Hello, mate. Really glad to see you. I hope you enjoy. So I just want to see how you guys are doing on the chat. So do give us a little emoji. Tell us how you're doing. And I'm going to go through and find out how our wonderful players are doing also. So we can find out a little bit about them. But I think everybody who's in this stream at the moment knows who these characters are. But I think it'd be nice to go through anyway. Because you could be watching this on YouTube. Could be watching this on Facebook. You could even just be watching it back on YouTube or on Facebook. So if you are on YouTube, thank you for joining us. Our subscribers are growing rapidly, so do give us a little subscribe. We really appreciate that. Tell us if you like this video and maybe put a comment in. Tell us how stupid we are at playing this game and how I don't know, how we didn't do a certain rule right. We'd really appreciate that.
They're my faves.
Yeah.
And if you are on Facebook, thank you for joining us on Facebook. Give us a little follow on our page, but come over to Twitch, say hi, and then you can play with us. Then you could use your channel points, you see, and then you can start screwing with us and start giving advantage to people, start giving a disadvantage to me, and affecting the game as to which way you like. And no, right? Look at that face.
When do we get 385 subscribers on YouTube, Joe?
It is growing fast. I told you it was growing fast.
I thought you were just saying that for the stream.
No, I wasn't.
That's literally growing by like 120 every time we do a new stats lot. That's epic.
That's it.
Well done.
It just snowballs, my friend. And I think doing these live ones on here as well is really helpful. So yeah, and if you do comment on the live one, you just come through to us here so we can see you. If you are in the background and you don't want to engage, that's cool as well. Just give us a little command lurk. Let us know you're there. In fact, I might do one now just so you can see what I'm talking about, and it will just let us know that you're there and that you're enjoying it, but you don't want to chat, and that's absolutely fine. We love you dearly either way. So I suppose better find out how people are doing. Big smiley face from Evie. Evie, how are you doing?
I'm really bad. No, I'm great. I'm really good, thanks. I am. The smile is reflecting true emotion. No, I'm really well. I started rehearsals today for Reclaiming Harry. Ha! Yes, Reclaiming Harry. It's on at the King's Arms, London, in Soho. And I think we've only got 2 dates left, and it's like the 4th and the 6th of April. But it's very exciting. Of course, it's Reclaiming Harry Pot. Can't say it for legal reasons. Making magic more inclusive and making Pottermore more queer. It's gonna be great. It's really good. The whole company are fab. The writing's hilarious. I'm having the time of my life already. We've only had 1 day's rehearsal, so I think that's why I've got a big smile on my face, Jay.
Well, congratulations. Congratulations. So we just popped a link inside the chat as well, so if you do fancy it, pop on. See how it goes.
Aw, thanks. Was that Dan?
It was Dan.
That you? You're so good. You're so quick. I love it. Yeah. No, yeah, so I'm very well. How are you, Jay?
I'm very well. Take some inspiration.
Yes.
I'm great actually. Yeah, I've had a busy day at work, but that's fine. I've planned something for tonight, which is great. I'm booking festivals at the moment, looking at which ones I want to go to, which is fun. I really enjoy doing that, and there are loads on the beach here at Brighton, so I'm gonna go dance to some drum and bass, I reckon, at some point. Had a nice chat with my mum. My mum was lovely, so that was nice. So yeah, I'm really good. Thanks, mate.
Good. Do you want me to talk a little bit about bags?
Go on then.
The old bags. All right, I'll whiz through because some of you may know, but for those of you who don't, Baggi, she's a half orc. She is an artificer, an artillerist artificer. She gets very overexcited about certain things and tries to adapt literally anything, including kitchen equipment, to make it some sort of spellcasting thingy mabob. She is highly intelligent, but sometimes trips up over her own feet, and sometimes only sees one way of doing something and just will continue going with that until someone else says do something else. Yeah, she's sixth level, so there's quite a few things that she can obviously do with her infusions and stuff, which hopefully we will see a little bit of today.
Yes.
I think that's a nice roundup.
I think that's a beautiful
Yeah.
roundup.
Yeah,
It's
thank
really
you.
nice. So, both thank you and wonderful for introducing Baggi to us once again. From somebody who makes things that are metal for somebody who is made of metal. Rob Thompson, not Rob Thompson. Big Phatts is made of metal, but Rob Thompson.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I recently purchased Elden Ring.
Oh, everyone's on Elden Ring, aren't they?
It is fantastic. Really good. I get the shit beaten out of me every single second I'm playing it. But, get used to dying, get used to trying, get used to flying. It's great. Having loads of fun with that. I'm trying to go like real sneaky. I'm trying to go like stealth archer rogue. I'm trying to be a rogue basically, which is hard to do because you have to do things up close and personal. And in Elden Ring, everything is personal. Revenge is personal. After you fought a boss for 2 hours straight, dying time and time again, it's fucking personal. But what it does do, which is really nice, is that every big battle that you have, if you beat it, you end up going like, fuck yeah, come on, you bastard, fuck you. I'm shouting at the screen, it's loads of fun. I'm sweating profusely because both of us have been on a tiny amount of health. It's great crack. Great crack. Love it. Definitely recommend.
Wicked. We definitely have to check that out for sure. Because I've just seen loads of people talking about it, and it seems to be like an absolute phenomenon at the moment of gaming. Everyone's on it.
Yeah.
Wicked.
And for good reason. Caught the bug. And there's no hand holding, which I didn't like to begin with in Breath of the Wild, because I was like, where am I supposed to fucking go? But now that I've kind of played that game and I'm playing this game, I'm a bit more open to being like, it's the adventure you have along the way, kind of a thing. But yeah, otherwise I'm grand. Dan came down to a party that I was working on not too long ago. We had a little dance, had a little boogie. I was employed as a hype crew, which, as long-time viewers of this show will know, my energy is through the roof. My enthusiasm knows no bounds. And it was a wonderful decision for them to cast me as hype crew. So it's loads of fun. Let's talk about Phatts.
Yeah.
Phatts is a warforged barbarian because I don't like choice. And I like to go, there's a problem that can't be solved with an axe. Here's an axe. Let's see if we can solve it. I get overwhelmed with spellcasters. I just like being, the person who runs in and tries to get themselves killed. Phatts is an ex-cigar salesman, actually probably still a cigar salesman, with a metal chip on his shoulder, with a hatred for people who move his cutlery, and a lifetime of not knowing who the hell he is and who his maker was until the Cinder Wastes, where he has found Ishlar the gnome, who is his maker. Now they're stranded in the desert with nothing but time.
An awkward conversation.
An awkward conversation.
Of course, Big Phatts joined us actually as an NPC originally in Black Star Lane season 2. And then became Mr. Rob Thompson. Or Mr. Rob Thompson became Big Phatts, I suppose. After the death of beautiful Arbor, a wonderful Arbor. But it's so good. So if you did actually haven't seen that one, you can go back and watch it on our YouTube channel. Go to our YouTube channel, give us a subscribe, give us a follow, give us a like. I really appreciate that. So, and also you're an ancestral guardian barbarian. So that kind of means that you can kind of protect people, really, isn't it? It's kind of your main your main thing is protect people?
It means I'm the kid in the playground who wants all of the toys and doesn't let anyone else touch them. If toys are enemies, Phatts is that child, and he can make people focus on him and make the fun that the toys have with the other children less fun.
Exactly. And talking about like fun, GP Daz just asked if we're going to have a water pouch option for the channel points. No. There you go. So, going from somebody who takes all of the toys to somebody who has already got all of the toys, we'll pop over to our wonderful Dan Berman to talk about Pups and see how are you doing, Mr. Dan Berman.
That's an interesting segue that I'm not quite sure how it went. Oh yeah, and Daz says, but you said in the last episode.
Yeah, but Daz, sometimes I lie.
Oh.
Sometimes I do lie.
Mod of the moment, mod of the month, mod of the yummies.
Well, the thing is, the amount of game, like what we're doing here, Daz, just going to clear this up a little bit. Actually, is that essentially there are so much fun to be had from survival. We've never done it on this channel. We've never had a chance to. We've never had a chance to because we've always been in cities, we've always been in urban areas, and actually we've got a really good opportunity to play with that kind of searching for water and stuff like this. So that's the reason that I'm not going to do it.
I think it'd be really funny if we got like random premium potions and just sculled them for the hydration and then saw what happened.
That'd be brilliant. Maybe we can play with like potion, like overuse of potions.
Yeah, like you drink it and then you roll the table and see what it is.
That is a great idea. I'm really up for that.
But yeah, I've been good. I went to as on the same day as going to see Mr. Rob Thompson at his brand event, and discovering that I'm really quite good at beer pong, especially after a few whiskeys.
You are actually like eagle-eyed. You and Jack were ridiculous.
It was
I
Maddie.
Was surprised.
It was Maddie. It was your partner. Like I just remember you looking around and being like,
"Yeah, it was witchcraft," and I was concerned.
it was destroying his abundance of hype. But before I went there, I went to a drag jumble sale with Sink the Pink, and it was amazing. I was very lucky to be like 6th in the queue. Should have been first, but too polite when the queue formed. But literally, it was like piranhas around a dead animal. Like it was unbelievable. Ended up with some epic stuff. I got a set, like a dinner jacket with tails that has like fox fur, not real fox fur, but like to look like a fox, like here, and an actual tail off the back of it. I got like a full like dark clown costume, like these like pantaloons and this like open jackety thing, which I'm gonna look at customizing and things like that. And I spent £20.
Oh.
I spent £20, got so much stuff for free. No, I spent £25 because it was £5 to get in, £20 for the dinner jacket, which I'm going to wear to Bridgeton, because they're calling one of the group's foxes. I'm like, sweet, I'm going to go all the way in and go full fox wondrousness.
You got to wear your faux fox fur.
Yeah, I'm a tail, and I'm going to get some foxy makeup done. It's going to be lots of fun. So yeah, that's been my week. It's been great. And also one thing, do you remember when I read that little thing back in the day for Evie's Disney Snatch game that we should have gone down to see? The one thing that we neglected was a little bit of an update for that. Evie, when you went and did that Disney Snatch game, who won that night?
I did. Yeah, thank you. Yes, I've got my crown. I'll wear it at the beginning of the second half because it is chef's kiss. Yes, thank you. Thanks,
great.
Dan. That's sweet of you to mention.
And you got immortalized in like a graphic as well. It looks amazing.
Yeah. So I was a drag king that night, and I was doing Claude Frollo from Hunchback of Notre Dame because he is the biggest douchebag of all the Disney villains, and I wanted to take the piss out of him. And then an artist, a really amazing artist called Tom Taylor Illustrated, I think is his Insta tag. He does basically he's like kind of he does Disney characters, but he does them in like a really sort of like queer way. So he basically will take a character that obviously most Disney princesses and princes, they're all heterosexual, and he'll just kind of camp them up a bit, make them queer, and it's incredible. His work is amazing, and one of my prizes from the night was that he immortalized Claude Frollo as I presented it. So yeah, that's really, really special. I absolutely love it. So yeah, big love to Tom Taylor Illustrated. Definitely go check him out if you want to. His stuff is great.
Wonderful. Well, congratulations, Evie, on that one.
Thank you.
But tell us a little bit about Pups, please, Dan.
Yes, so Pups is a goblin monk in the way of mercy. He's had half of his face peeled, scarred off. Normally wears a mask, but just got reminded just before the stream that he's had 2 sessions with the mask off because he lost all of the things. He's got a little brother called Puggle, who he thought he lost when they escaped Castellantas, but it turns out he escaped as well, has become somewhat of a trinket dealer. The way of the Mercy Monk is really fun because you can basically punch health into people, or you can now I can punch diseases into people, which is fascinating. Or I can cure diseases. I'm a bit like a witch doctor, but with my fists. It's take of that what you will, Joe. I saw those eyes. And often is seen running alone into battle and getting the shit kicked out of him.
So I've just figured out you're a masseuse, aren't you?
Yeah, pretty much. Or like
masseuse.
Or like an osteopath.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. I really did not see that. So actually you're giving little neck rubs around the battlefield to keep everybody happy.
Yeah, just finding that little spot and just like rocking back and forth and rocking back and all in 6 seconds.
All in 6 seconds, yes, of course. Wonderful. Well, so we have a wonderful guest who's joined us for this little side quest of ours for Waterdeep Mallrats Cinder Wastes, which is the wonderful Jessica Lawler. And say, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I've been kind of traveling all about the north, really. Like one day I'm in Manchester, next I'm in Liverpool, and then I'm in Leeds, and now I'm down south in London. So I'm just like, yay, travel! I'm so tired. But I've also somehow managed to, like way back in January, I wanted to buy the Miles Morales Spider-Man, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've gone and bought it, so I'm really, really happy. It's sitting, waiting to download on my PlayStation, because I went back and restarted Spider-Man, the first one, and like I've got another like appreciation of the detail in all the suits, and in every single cutscene that they keep with every single suit is just such detail. I love it. It's such a beautiful game, and I forgot how beautiful it was. Like I'm currently playing like the new plus like bit, so you've got all the suits already. So I'm using like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man suits, where it's all like the bit of an ombre kind of thing on the islands. I'm just like, oh, it's so good, so good, so good, so good. Anyway, I am good otherwise. Yeah, I'm good.
Good otherwise. So it's been brilliant, and then good otherwise. Yeah,
otherwise.
That is a good way to describe your week. And of course, so we've met a new character on this journey, which is of course Ashley. So tell us a little bit about Ashley.
Ashley is a 16-year-old fire genasi. She is from a very, very high established family within So she's kind of like royalty. She's like the niece of the Sultan. She kind of got herself into a little bit of trouble and ended up in prison. Hey. So yeah, that happened. She's quite inquisitive, really. She's never really had much of a life outside of the palace, so this is all kind of still new to her. Like, prison life is kind of like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Okay, there's some weird people. There's a guy with a heart face. Okay, there's a metal guy. Okay. So she's kind of experiencing life, and so here goes Sweet 16.
Here we go. And of course, they glow blue instead of red.
Yes,
of course.
she glows. Her fire glows blue, which isn't really something that happens in society as a respectful being. Yeah, so it's a bit scary because it's new to her. She's never done it before, and she's kind of a little bit scared of herself, but also she's 16, so she's just like, I'm just gonna live what I want to do. So
there we are.
it might clash at some point.
At some point, yeah. I'm sure there's going to be no consequences for that backstory in any way, shape, or form.
Not at all.
She's already done it, time. So there's no need to have any more like backstabbing stories from DM. Exactly.
She did 2 weeks.
That's what privilege buys you. 2 weeks in a horrific jail.
Yes.
So, of course, you've also in the jail. You also met a couple of new characters as well, which is Massimo, and the wonderful fire newt, the snitch, the thief, the I don't know how to trust him ever man with an open soul and beautiful heart that gives all of his money to children. And then we also have the wonderful Ishlar as well, the gear mage, who was the maker of Big Phatts, who was actually kind of imprisoned inside the prison to sort of siphon off his magic to keep the prison security services kind of up and ensure that nobody can escape. And of course, it's now been released, and they are now in free with the rest of this party and their son, who they haven't seen for 30 years or something. Maybe longer. We never discussed that, actually, how old Big Phatts is. I'm just going to say old. And I hope that Rob doesn't shoot me for that. Old. Okay, good. That's great. It's either that, yes, I'm going to shoot you for that, or yes, he's old. I have no idea which one is. Yeah, thanks, mate. Appreciate it. So let's kind of do a little bit of a recap of what happened last time. So, of course, they came up against the Warden. An epic battle ensued in which Pups, I think, went down. Baggi went down. Did Big Phatts go down as well? I think they did, didn't they? I think pretty much everybody went down, apart from Ashley, who didn't go down.
Help staying at a distance.
Yeah. But you came up against the Warden. You beat the Warden, but the Warden did not die. No, they disappeared. They evaporated to gas and disappeared rather than dying themselves, allowing you to have freedom and able to kind of get hold of your equipment. And then you ran outside to find yourself blinded by the great, huge white ball of flame that sits in the center of the sky. As you were stood in the center of the Cinder Wastes itself, a vast desert of nothingness. And in front of you was on the horizon, tiny little boulders, which was the mounts of creation, possibly your destination and your way home. So I think that should be from there. I think we should start unless anyone else has anything else they'd like to say. So good. They always say on Twitch, never have silence. So that's good. So here we go. So we'll get started. Again, if I want to say about you using your channel points, you could use channel points to buy some inspiration for either myself, for the players, or give myself a disadvantage as well. We can only have one of those. So as you see, we've got bombs. If we use those bombs up, then you can buy us a new one. You could also give us things like potions, random encounters, treasure items, things like this. But they're all available for you. Just click on them when you feel like it. All right. So let's begin. We see a huge golden palace of flame. We see this evaporation of smoke and air begin to curl on the white marble steps. Goes into a footprint. So we see the warden marching up the stairs. The guards put down their locks and he pushes them aside and shunts open the great golden doors of the Sultan's palace. As he storms forward, there is a meeting we see happening. A great table as the Sultan is his fingers like tapping down this huge 8-foot genie as he stands moving places and things across this huge board of a map of the Five Planes. His advisors are around him as suddenly they look up and they see the warden walking forward. As the warden stops, drops to his knees and looks up to the warden with shameful eyes. Cut 2.
Back when they were kids, and whenever one of the gang needed to get something that was just out of reach, it was time for Doggy Rocket. Tunk would take great enjoyment in grabbing Pups by the scruff of the neck and his pants, whirling around in a circle and launching his goblin friend at a target. Pups in turn would love the sensation of flying through the air and nimbly traversing obstacles until he reached his goal. As the lava pit turned the brazier a glowing red and the pain shot through Pups' feet, the memory of Doggy Rocket suddenly carved through the feeling of burning, and it replaced it with something far worse. As he nimbly traversed obstacles until he reached the Afriti, he realized what he'd been missing this whole time. Through the anxiety he felt keeping his deal with Asmodeus a secret, to the shame he felt when the deal was revealed, to the fury he felt whenever the Archdevil made his taunting visits, there was one thing he continually neglected to feel, even though it stared him plainly in the face every moment of every day. Pups missed his friend Tunk. He just really, really missed his friend Tunk. Cut 2.
Heat. Unbearable heat. No shade, no clouds, no relief. The sand offering no traction for a metal foot to navigate. His metal skin gradually getting hotter by the minute. A lifetime of questions burning behind his eyes. Or was that the heat? The unbearable heat? It is too hot for words. Questions can come later, must press forward. At least until it gets cooler. If it gets cooler. But Phatts couldn't ignore the anger. As it rises in his chest, the betrayal, the abandonment. Was he not good enough? He could kill him, here, and no one would stop him. He could make him suffer for all the years Phatts had lost in search of him. He could pull his throat out through his mouth and let it fry in his hand. That'd show him. But mustn't give in to such thoughts. The heat shows no mercy upon the rational brain. The heat. The unbearable heat. Cut 2.
Heat.
There you go. Poise, grace, posture, shoulders back, heads up, chin up. See everything, say nothing. Keep your emotions close to the surface. Let them storm inside, thrash and churn, but don't ever let them pour. Be friends with everybody. Know their hopes, their desires, their fears, for everyone is your enemy. It's for that reason, my dear daughter, that I beg you never give your heart away. Cut 2.
Oh my cog. It is so unbearably hot. My palms are dripping already. Oh, I can literally taste the salt. And it's dry. It's so unbearably dry and hot and awful. This is going to be hard. Nearly all of us went down. I mean, that was just too close. Big Phatts needed maintenance, but if Pups had died, well, his soul would be in a worse place than this. Scrap that. The worst place. Mine too. And Big Phatts, without his energy, he would literally become scraps. And Tunk. Poor sweet Tunk. His soul is... Shit. Baggi, you've got to do something with whatever you've got. Everything. From my lighter to the fucking boots on my fucking feet. Because that was just too close. Cut to.
We see the warden bow his head. Great Genie Sultan stance. His eyes burn forwards. We see the flame growing beneath his eyelids. Shoos away his advisors. So they quickly roll up the map. So we see like fire newts go one way, Azirs go the other. Even his phoenix bird is taken away. The doors close. Doosh, doosh, doosh. I'm sorry, Sultan. They shut your mouth. Now. You were supposed to be watching my favorite prison. Yes, Sultan. Sultan. The ice blocks got away. Did they? Yes, Sultan. And did anybody else disappear from my favorite prison? My little holding place for my hunted. Well, there was a fire newt. A fire newt, you say? As he looks over, takes hold of a piece of coal and just turns it into a long pipe and lights it. Anybody else? Well, you're going to need to get a new magic system to security. Oh, so you lost that gear mage as well, did you? He begins to walk slowly towards the warden. Yes, Sultan, that's Sultan. Was there anybody else gone missing from my favorite prison? It was Ashley. I'm sorry, I did not hear you in my halls. Ashley also, there's just boom, a huge explosion of fire lights every corner of this great hall and settle down. Well, it is lucky that you are family. Thank you, Sultan. So I'm not going to punish you too hard. He turns to the table and takes what looks like a small brass lamp. As he turns back to the warden's eyes begin to be filled with fear. I'm just going to put you in a little box for a little while. As he goes over to the warden, begins to freak and begins to be scared as the Sultan raises his hands into the braziers. These two huge elementals of fire suddenly appear, march towards the warden and grab hold of his arms. He begins to try and squabble and change. Please, brother, no! As he opens up the lamp. In you get, brother. As he begins to turn, his body twists and pulls in the air as the warden falls into the lamp. As the Sultan takes this small brass lamp, turns over towards a large display case of thousands of lamps and puts it at the back. Would you call my advisors back in, please? As the fire elemental turns and he goes towards the door as we see all of the advisors return. I'm feeling a little bored today. Why don't we get our horses ready and go out for a small ride? The burning deserts. In the sky there is visibly the largest sun that any of these three have ever seen before. It almost looks as if it is sitting like a cloud. Not outside, but inside this sky. It is huge, burning white. Even the dark green skins of Baggi and Pups seem to just glow white. The sand is light is bouncing off the sand and into their eyes, if they could see each other from the blindness. As we begin to raise up, we see a long column, 6 people, as they march along the top of a dune. We see the sand falling down their feet. You can see the long trail of where they came from. A small rock in the center of this ocean of sand. As one of them looks up, as we see Pups raise his eyes, as he sees out of the horizon towards the great mountains of creation. Place that he is told was the way to go, and the way home.
They don't seem to be getting any bigger. How far are they?
Do you want to do a nature check and see if you can figure out how far away they are?
Yeah.
Samsung.
Nature or survival?
Let's do survival, why not?
All right. Survival. 15.
15. You reckon that they are at least maybe 8, maybe 10 days walk away?
10 days.
Ashley, does it ever get cooler here? Is there a time of day, the night maybe?
When the sky turns red, it gets a bit cooler, I guess.
Well, in that case, is it worth us maybe walking at night when it's red?
I think we're going to be kind of in danger, like on both sides, because like something's come out when it's a bit cooler, and let's just. I don't know.
So we just
maybe?
keep going.
Yes.
All of you are quite shocked about how, like, Ashley looks like they're struggling from walking so much, but actually the heat does not seem to be bothering Ashley in the slightest.
Oh, Big Phatts, how are you coping?
Before you carry on, Big Phatts, can I get a Constitution saving throw for Big Phatts, and then I'll do the rest of him as we come around. I just want to see how he's going to react to this.
Ooh.
Oh. Okay, you're feeling
25.
You're feeling warm, but you're still completely within tolerances. I think people can feel the heat coming off of you, but you're in tolerance and you are okay.
A warhammer falls into the sand as Phatts marches on. Shing! Phatts' hand now has the sheep firmly planted back into its socket again. I'm fine. We had to keep moving.
I suppose when you start glowing orange, that'll be when we know we're in trouble.
Well, he was built to be able to withstand over 55 degrees of heat. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Was I?
Yes, you were.
What exactly is he?
Well, he is a warforged.
Oh, go on. Why don't you tell her what I am?
So he sort of takes out a small rag and dabs it across his forehead. You were a protectorate soldier, an object of war. to kill and to protect me.
Hear that? Ashley, I'm an object.
I didn't say that you were an object. I said that you were a protector, a soldier.
An object of war. Nothing more.
Yeah, you pretty much called him an object.
Look, I would rather if you would stay out of this as a conversation between me and my son. Thank you very much.
Well, with all due respect, we've spent more time with your son in the last few months than I assume you have for years.
That is true. He just sort of drifts backwards and gets to the back of the line.
Ashley's just gonna try and like pat him on the shoulder.
Sort of shakes it off slightly and just gets to the back of the queue. Baggi, could you do a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Oh, I'd love to. Here we go. It's a 22.
Yeah, you're fine. So again, it is hot. You feel hot everywhere, but it's manageable at the moment. But you're still hot.
Yeah.
And you start to feel a little bit thirsty, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so 10 days. 6 water pouches between us, water skins.
I've got 4.
Okay. So 8. Good. I think it might be worth us taking some time to gather ourselves and prepare properly for this. I know we need to
keep moving.
Phatts, please, there's some things that I want to do and I need a bit of time to do it. I know we need to keep moving and I know that everyone is boiling and exhausted, but trust me on this, I just want to be more prepared.
I don't know if I can walk out there right now. And Pups just like doesn't even finish the sentence, just like starts to sway.
You can forego the Constitution saving throw and instead go with what you're going with, if you'd like.
Okay.
Okay. Let's say you're essentially succumbing to the heat. And you've already got like 1 hit point, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because of that, I'm not going to give you a level of exhaustion. But I am going to say you're going to need to do another con save in about an hour's worth of travel, and you're going to need water like now.
Okay. And I think Pups just starts to sort of resemble one of those people whose body just starts like failing on them in a marathon. Like legs just start going wide. It's like it's quite like unnatural and probably quite scary to watch. As like he just sort of tries to hold himself up and tries to sort of steady himself, looking at the rest of you.
As Massimo sort of comes in, oh, come on, my little friends, and sort of picks him up and picks him off the ground.
Baggi, do you need to be sitting down?
Yeah.
Fine.
Phatts opens his chest compartment, takes out a bedroll and a rope. He begins tying the rope to the bedroll, places it down a couple of meters behind him, and then ties the rest round his chest.
We do it on the move. Sit down.
Nice.
Amazing.
Let's take inspiration, Rob, for that.
Great. So let me get this right. Massimo's carrying Pups.
Mhm.
I've got my little pouch to do some stuff, and we just carry on. Phatts, how much extra weight do you think you can carry? Realistically, don't be a hero.
Just dropped a warhammer.
Okay. I'm going to try and get us some water. Not now, but partway through the journey.
Fine.
Once I've done my things, maybe we could put that on here too. And Baggi basically just takes a seat and starts kind of looking through all of her bits and bobs.
Okay, so I'm going to do a really cool little thing. So give me one thing that you really want. It can't be like, it's got, because you're building things, it's got to be an object, you know,
Yeah.
a non-magical object, a trinket. Something that you
Okay.
really, really want.
Well, what I really wanted to do,
Let's have a
Was-
fork.
yeah, I just want that fork. No, I really, really want to do, and Baggi desperately wants to do this because of how badly the previous fight went. To create an arcane firearm. Now, obviously, one staff rod is in the description. And even though it is a magical item, I was wondering about using the immovable rod.
Ah, interesting. Yeah. All right. So essentially, you're going to spend some time sort of de-magicking it.
Yeah.
And then rebuilding it as a firearm.
Yeah, essentially.
Right. Okay, that sounds great. I'm going to say you need something to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do a history check, see if you have it.
Okay, great.
It's a little thing that a friend of ours did. I think it was John Cooper did this, which was if you want something, roll a history check and see if you remember to put it in your bag, and you did.
Because it's 24.
Yeah. What you're looking for was a small piece of cloth that you use to sort of almost like polish it almost. And what that does is almost uses the static electricity to remove the energy from it, turning it from a magic item into something mundane.
Yeah.
And you packed it, and it is in your bag, so you can start doing that. So as long as you do nothing else, I think you can sit there and turn that into a firearm.
I feel like as well, like Ishla, when he walks too close to me, he gets like static hair because all the magic is like in the ether. And he's just like, oh, you know, when you keep getting shocks off of things.
Yeah, it's exactly that. And the bedroll looks like it's a piece of like shag pile. You know what I mean? It's just like
yeah, all of the little like fibers are just sticking up around her. Yeah, great.
yeah, really nice. So you just see her sort of like working on something behind. She's sort of looking out at this vista. I think Phatts, you're at the front, I'm assuming. Yeah. You see what looks like a small dot on the horizon. It sort of shimmers in the heat. It looks like it could be some sort of rock, maybe. But on a horizon of nothingness, it is something that perks your eyes, and you can see it. It's just there.
There's something ahead.
Any idea what kind of something?
Too far to see. At least we've got something we can walk towards.
Yeah, I think Big Fats, you know that by walking towards this thing, you will least likely to get lost if you're walking towards something that's closer. I think you know that from your RB days.
We use it as navigation. That's our North Star right there.
Let's hope it's just a boulder or something. That's going to attack us.
Less talking, more working.
So, why do you use your fists to fight, little one?
Well, back there we didn't have much of a choice, but I have been imbued with a...
Yeah, that's good. Stay with me now. Let's keep talking. Keep talking to me now, my little friend. Talk to me.
We are... Let's get something straight, Massimo. We are not friends, but I appreciate the carry.
Okay, I'll put you down then.
No,
he just drops you on the sand and carries on walking. As you begin to close your eyes, and the heat of the sun burns through as you just begin to drift off slightly.
The eyes open, and you're being dragged along the ground with a second bedroll and another rope.
I'm just imagining like the scene from Gladiator where it's just his head and the ground moving underneath. Yeah. So he thinks he's like died in Elysian Fields, just like.
Oh, I'm okay. I'm in heaven.
I do think there is a definite like Pups has thought he's died for a second and is terrified of like where he's woken up to.
And as you do this, you feel your skin cracking on the top of your. It's just like, oh, the pain sort of cuts through. We all know what that feels like.
What do I have? Do I have anything? I think Pups is going to take his own bedroll and like try and create like almost like a triangle, like a shade. Not that it's stuck to him, but just like some amount of like shade from the direct sun.
Nice. Yeah, and you sort of build like you just kind of like cover yourself almost.
Yeah, just hold it. Some ears just like drooping down here like this, and
tops of the ears are like cracked and burnt.
Yeah,
tops.
like there's always one family member that gets sunstroke and they're like desperate to like have fun at the holiday, but they're like completely just like covered and shaded and hating their life.
So I think it's been about an hour since you passed out, Pups. So if anyone has any hit dice left, because I know that you had a short rest before, but if you have any hit dice left, you are able to use them for a short rest.
Hooray.
Nope.
I think I've got 2 left.
Three.
That's right.
No,
And a 10. Nice. 13 plus. Oh,
I can do another.
Take that.
exactly. Very, very nice.
7.
So you starting to feel a little bit better. You guys haven't had any water today. So I'm gonna say, do you all have water?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah, I have like a cup of it, just like a mouth swill.
I'm going to say that over time, when you're doing a mouth swill, you will use a day's worth of water. What I'm asking is, are you drinking a day's worth of water?
Yeah.
All right, so let's mark off 5 worth of water.
How does that work, Joe? I've got
Pups,
4 water.
Baggi. All right, no, you take 1. Baggi, Ashley, Ishla, and Massima.
Okay, cool.
Big Phatts doesn't need to drink water.
Okay, I'll take 3 off of mine and leave me with 1 left.
I think you kind of look
I'll
up, but you see Ashley behind you. You sort of try to throw it, and it just sort of lands on the bedroll.
Literally just goes 0 feet.
She'll
Someone
do
tries to
a bit
throw
of
it
a
back.
she'll do a bit of a speed walk and just be like, it's okay.
And the taste of the water, although the water is hot, it is the best thing that's ever touched your lips. As you begin to look up Big Phatts, you see that this dot is becoming clearer. It looks like a small mount, some sort of like rock face that's in the middle of this desert. But what you can really see is shade, and you can just about make out what looks like the entrance to a cave.
Got some good news for y'all. Some relief from this fucking heat.
Oh, is it gonna rain anytime soon? Nice.
Don't look like it. We can get out of this sun for a while.
Where?
Up ahead.
Oh, good. How long?
Well, seeing as I'm now carrying 2 of y'all, I'd say a couple of hours.
Okay. Well, we keep moving. We save 1 water skin that doesn't get touched till I can get to it properly.
Fine.
Ashley, what are you doing at this time? Because you haven't said very much recently.
She's kind of like observing everybody. She's got so many questions and she doesn't know how to ask them appropriately. Because like part of us kind of wants to go, what's wrong with your face? But her teachings is just kind of going like, no, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. But hey, what's wrong with your face?
She suddenly blurts out.
Oh, this.
It's kind of melted.
Yeah, it's probably the new skin not doing very well in the heat. It was part of a ceremony. And Pups is still not wearing the mask because the mask's made of metal, and fuck that.
Will it ever heal? Like, will your skin ever grow back? Like,
I think if I wanted to, I could probably put it back, but that's not really the point.
okay. So what is the point? Like, if you put your skin back in your face, why wouldn't you put your skin back in your face?
So when I graduated from my monastery to the first level, I chose the way of mercy. Some decide to specialize in powerful attacks. Some decide to specialize in communing with spirits, communing those with the dead. I chose mercy as a way to cast a protective layer over my friends. What I didn't know was no one had chosen that for a millennia. And also there were labors attached to the choice.
Mercy for everybody else means no mercy for you.
I'd never thought of it like that. But I wouldn't take it back. If I study hard and survive, it's possible for me to prevent death itself.
Wow. So how do you do that? How do you stop people from dying? Like, is it like a spell? Like, can anybody learn it, or do you have to be like someone like you? Do I have like if I wanted to learn it, do I have to melt my face?
Can I have your hand?
Gives it to him.
And Pups is gonna.
Sort of holding the hand up like this. You're like this.
Yeah.
Holding her hand.
Yeah. I'm literally just. And Pups is going to like focus, really intently, and just allow like a tiny layer of ki, not enough for it to be an attack or anything, but just for there to be like a thin layer, and there just to be almost like a pop between their hands, just a tiny thin film of necrotic energy, almost like a small electric shock.
She's gonna giggle and respond with her own little lightning shock, almost.
Yeah, it's like that thing of like, ooh,
2d8 thunder damage. See what you do is magic, right? Mine's different. It's called key. And it like I don't massively understand it. It feels like it drains out from the ground and through my body like water running through the roots of a plant, and then it just happens. Like can you heal people?
I don't know. I've never tried. I can create fire. I can control fire. I can hurt fire with fire.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of new. But I guess I can kind of understand, like, because like magic for me comes, I guess it's not like a plant with the roots. It's kind of like it's like a heartbeat. Like if I didn't have a heart, that's what the magic would be doing instead. It would be like keeping me alive. And it's kind of that bit again where it just bursts out sometimes.
And it feels different, right? When you give it like a different, whether it's intended to harm or if it's fire or if it's something like, does it feel different for you or does it all feel the same when it's coming out?
Yeah, it feels different, like when I want to hurt myself, hurt other people and then defend myself. It's like, then I don't know what the line is. Like, and this it's all confusing. The feelings are confusing, and I don't know really how to best do this. I don't know how to do this.
It's scary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes for me, like the power to harm can completely overwhelm me, and it feels like it's bigger than me, and I have to really fight to come back from there. And it's powerful, and I feel really powerful, but it's scary. It's not like healing. Healing's easy. It's like a cool breeze. The other one's harder.
DM.
Yeah.
I know it's not traditionally used this way, but could I potentially try to, I know it's, so hear me out. She can control flames, non-magical flames. And obviously there's no flames, but there's heat. Could she potentially bend the heat around Pups so it's not as intense?
Okay. Pups, could you do your con save for me, please?
Yes.
So there might be a consequence on this one, just because of it's so unusual, and also you're using a cantrip, right, to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna use my bomb.
Very good.
21.
21. Great. Okay. So you're not exhausted. So yes, you can bend them around. I think what you do is you start to feel the heat. I think.
Cool.
So I'm going to ask you for a concert. And you become extremely tired. And you take a level of exhaustion. But Pups, you feel invigorated, you feel strong, I'm going to give you advantage on perception checks as well for the rest of the day. You did a massive help to him, but it's made you very, very tired. Because essentially, taking from the conversation, what I've imagined this is like you're attempting to control something.
Yeah.
And that's taking a lot of energy to do so, I think.
And it's also something she's never done before.
Something she's never done before, yeah. It's brand new. And I think he's given you the chance to kind of think about what's around, the energies that are around.
Yeah.
But it's made you very tired. Dan, you were going to say something.
I guess I would spot that and sort of know. I would sort of feel the feeling, and as I'm sort of coming back to that, notice the change in Ashley. Is there like a visual change?
Do you want to do an insight?
Yeah, come.
Oh, I need to get rid of your bomb, don't I?
Nah, don't worry. 18.
18. I still need to get rid of your bomb because you used it.
It's fine.
But yeah, you do notice that she suddenly just kind of goes a bit woozy and sort of stumbles slightly, and then sort of readies herself again.
Do you want to sit in my tent? I don't think Phatts will notice if we swap.
No, I'll maybe later.
Why do they call you princess?
The Sultan's my uncle.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you gonna do when we find a way out?
I've not thought that far ahead. I guess. Well, the fire plane is huge, so there's always places to go see.
Okay, you don't seem very scared of the Sultan.
Oh, I am. I am. But I guess there's part of me which doesn't believe that he'd come after me. Like, so when I was a kid, he'd come out and he'd take us on rides, and we'd just have fun, and he was great. He was so much fun to be around. And then as I grew older, I realized that those rides weren't rides. We were chasing people. So I stopped going, and we ended up not being as close in the end. But like you just hope sometimes, like, that your childhood friend would still be your childhood friend, and everything will go back to normal, and like, you kind of hope the best in people.
Yeah.
Especially when they're family.
Yeah. Childhoods, man.
So suddenly gets cooler. Like, noticeably, like 16 degrees cooler. And then suddenly darker. As Big Phatts, you see the point of this rock, and the shadow that it casts over all of you just drops the temperature.
Instantly just sits down.
Just...
And
Is the sand cold?
Yeah. It's been like this is a very. It's almost like a big rock hill. Like
Yeah.
it's casting a very large shadow.
Like, yeah, Pups is gonna like get underneath the top layer of sand to the even colder sand underneath and just try to drop the body temperature even more. Just Scrooge McDucking it a little bit.
Yeah, great. And your hands sort of starting to feel cold and cool.
Mm.
Just like, oh.
Starfishing.
Get up.
Why?
I said, get up.
Why?
The only bit of shade in the entire desert, and you're taking this place to sit down? We need to scope this place out. Every fucking living thing around here is going to be coming our way. We need to know what we're dealing with. You'll sit down soon, but only after we get a lay of the land.
Aye, aye, Captain.
I just fucking carried you for the last 3 hours. You can do me a favor standing up for a couple of seconds.
Pup stands up.
Thank you. Right, spread out. Have a look. See if this thing has any sort of holes in it. Anything that's alive. Once we've deemed it clear, then we can sit down, we can rest.
While he's saying that, Baggy doesn't really hear it. She's literally got like her goggles on to shade from the sun, and she's just fucking still going, like sweat, hair's a mess, jacket's like tied around her waist, massive sweat patches like all down here, just in the zone. Like, I've just got to get this done as soon as possible.
And then you just like you're doing this, and then you hit the button, click,
Mm-hmm.
and then you like this with the rod. So you click it, you like this with the rod, and you click it, and you like this with the rod, and you like clicking it, and clicking it, and clicking it.
Yes! Oh my! Finally!
She shouts it out to the desert. It's sort of like you shout out, it echoes off something, and then it's all you hear back is like.
Takes her goggles up, wipes her brow. Oh, a rock. Okay. What are we doing here then?
Searching for danger. You finished?
I'm about a third of the way through. A couple more things I need to do.
Fine.
And she immediately dives back into her tool bag to find something to. She's got to carve the sigil into it somehow. So I think what's in the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What sort of tools have you got?
Well, I've got Tinker's tools and Thieves' tools.
Okay. Do you have anything that lets you like change tools or anything like that yet? No, I'll get it later. I don't
Oh
have to
yeah,
get it
right tool for the job. So
Yeah.
I can. Let me see what that. I might pop it in the chat as well.
Okay.
So how to produce exactly the tool you need with Thieves' tools or Artisan's tools in hand. You can magically create one set of Artisan's tools in an unoccupied space.
Perfect. Artisan tools is exactly what you need because you need to create these like markings and runes and stuff like that on the rod.
Yeah. Perfect. So Baggy using she gets out like a little pouch and kind of opens it up, and in there you can see like Thieves' tools, and essentially just with this kind of manic focus, it just puts her hands either side of this like pouch and just kind of squeezes the eyes shut, and as that happens, like they all kind of start rattling, and then as that happens they transform into exactly what is needed. So like a tiny little kind of screwdriver turns into this almost like an emery board, but not, and then you get like this tiny little hammer for like, and then everything just starts kind of moving, and I feel like it kind of takes the heat from around her and from her, literally taking the heat from inside of her that's been there for the last 3 hours, just getting warmer, and that kind of like melts all the metal into exactly what it needs to look like.
That's super cool. So you're like, all you guys hear is tick, 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 tick. As you then, the three of you split up to go have a look around. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, like creating a perimeter, trying to stay within sight of each other, but fanning.
Okay. So let's get some. Let's start with Pups. Pups, what are you looking for in particular, or are you just looking out?
So I am looking for so it like into the cave, right?
Well, you're sort of like walking around this rock. I think Big Phatts hasn't said that there's an opening in it, but he says things like, if there is a cave or if there is an opening, I think you said, wasn't it? That really, and something's hiding there, then we'll kill it and then we can sit down. So you suppose you're looking for an entrance then?
Yeah.
I suppose. All right, so let's do a perception check with an advantage.
21.
Great. So I think you see about 10 feet up. You're sort of looking towards the this hill, rock hill. You see it's about 10 feet up a small slope, and then you see there's like this crack in the wall. It looks quite camouflaged because of all the different parts of the rock. But you can see that there is some sort of opening about 10 feet up.
And how big is the opening?
I think it's about, from where you're standing perspective-wise, it looks like it should be about 30 feet tall.
Oh, okay. And does it look like that any elements of it have been added to manually? I'm thinking like a bird with a nest, but on a larger scale.
I think all you can see is just rock. I mean, from where you're standing, you're still quite a way away from it, actually. But you can see it just looks like rock face. It doesn't look like there's anything else.
Okay.
So you kind of like think you found something. I'm going to do everybody, and then we can kind of do the scene together. So, Big Phatts, what are you looking for?
I am actually looking more on the ground and the sand surrounding the rock, particularly for any bits where sand looks like it's actually being drained down. So like things underneath the sand, with the very similar idea that Pups wanted to try and get underneath the cool sand to begin with. Phatts reckons that other creatures or living things might be doing a similar thing.
Okay. So yeah, do you want to do? I suppose this would be. Is this a nature? Is this a survival? Or is this a perception?
I'm happy to do perception or survival.
Okay, let's do perception then. You're just looking at the moment. But I suppose you're looking for animals. Let's do survival.
Great. I use my bomb as well.
Yep. 15. Yep. I think that's enough. So you can see that there's like a little spot where they sort of like, this seems to just be slightly moving. It looks as if it could be quite long, this thing that's moving. That's my sister, I think. Gemma Louise. Might be my sister. No, it can't be my sister. It might be. You can see there's like a little. There's like something that's like moving into underneath the sand. It's about, you reckon it's just underneath the surface, whatever it is.
Great. How much noise have we all been making up until now?
I think you've all been fairly noisy. I mean, you've been shouting over at each other because the desert is actually quite noisy. It's windy as hell, so I think you've been kind of shouting at each other.
Great. Phatts is gonna whistle then. To try and get everyone's attention, and then point his axe towards the spot.
I think, are you looking at the spot as well?
Yeah, looking at the spot, point the axe, and then go like that.
So I think as you're looking at it, you staring and staring and staring at it, and then you realise that a couple of grains of sand aren't grains of sand, and these two tiny eyes that are staring at you from underneath. And then something raises up at the back, and you just hear it's this rattle tail. It's sort of shaking just above the surface of the sand.
For fuck's sake.
What are you gonna do?
Draw the other axe, sheep and shepherd combo again. He's gonna unhook Baggi from himself, and he's gonna go into rage.
Okay, goes into rage.
Yeah, because he's pissed. He has been quiet for a lot of this journey. He has been stewing, and actually, from behind you've been thinking Phatts has been smoking. It hasn't been that. It's that the actual rope has started to char with the heat of his metal body. So he keeps having to pull it and hold it together, still charring and burning more of the rope as it goes. And he's just been quietly trying to get this through, carrying 2 buckers along the way. Not wanting to speak to Ishlar, he's so furious, and he's seen something that he can kill that is absolutely fine to kill, despite only having 3 hit points. He's gonna just he's going for it. He's going for it. He's gonna leap towards that motherfucker, axes, akimbo, and he's gonna try and kill it. Let's do it.
All
Fuck it, rage.
I'm gonna let you do the first attack then.
Great, good. I'm so fucked, but here we go. Let's do it. You want me to attack?
Yep.
Great.
Just change the music to battle so that we can. So
25 to hit.
25. So you literally swing down. The axe is like ah, ah, and he just sort of everybody else just sees him just attacking the sand.
Great.
And what does this kind of look like to you, Phatts? What does this look like?
That this slippery rattlesnake-tailed bastard is going to try and make into some sort of sushi. He's in his head. He's slicing and dicing, and he will cool himself down with the cold blood of this creature.
So literally, you're just like it's like. For ages, like slamming down as you see like there's bits of red sand just flying everywhere as you kind of like begin to kind of breathe. As you look down, you just see this poor dead snake just on the ground.
Good.
I think you got some screws loose.
Keep looking. Fucking told y'all there's shit here.
Maybe there's a mouse in that corner if you want to.
And Phatts does this as he looks towards you. And says nothing, and then keeps fanning out.
Okay, Ashley, what are you up to? What are you looking for?
She's trying to remember some of her geography lessons, and because they were so exciting, and seeing if she can remember, if she can see anything that looks familiar in any sort of way from a map that she's seen.
Okay, so I will. Let's do a history check. With disadvantage, because it's an ability check.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you. All you can remember is the site of the Cinder Wastes being this, taking up about 90% of the fire plane. You remember that essentially where you're facing is sort of south, which leads down to the Mountains of Creation. I think but other than that, I don't think you have any idea where you are.
Yeah.
Other than
South is a direction.
Yeah. So that's all that you remember, I'm afraid. The 9. Baggi, I think if you ever do look up at the snake, let me know. So you kind of all fan out, and I think you come back together. And Pups, you at this point, I think, is where you can kind of let people know where this thing is. You're on mute.
Sorry, sand in my mouth. There's a crag up there, a big one. Maybe it'd be a good place to shelter.
A snake in two halves drops to the floor.
Don't know if y'all are hungry. We can eat this.
Baggy does look at the snake at that point. I think partly because you've dropped it at, like, right in front of where she's been working, and she's like,
Yeah.
"What the?"
There's two things that you see when you look at the snake. You don't see dinner. You see poison, and you see snake skin. And you think of those as ingredients or as like materials.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you've onto something here, Evie, and I think that we're gonna start using like what can we see as materials.
Yeah.
But you don't see dinner. You don't see food.
No. Sorry, you want to eat this?
I ain't gonna eat it, but you can.
Yeah, don't. Nobody touch that. No one ingest that. You will be sick. Really sick.
Yeah, it's not quite as
Fine.
simple for us. We can't just sort of, and it just, that's not how it works.
No,
I would
exactly.
expect y'all to chew.
Well, yeah. Regardless, chewing it, whatever you want to do, blending it, I don't care. Frying it, you're gonna get sick. No one's eating that. But then, without explaining, Baggy then just like takes it and like stuffs these two halves in her pocket, but doesn't explain. Just like, and then continues whatever she was doing before.
Ashley turns to Pups and is like, "Does she have some screws loose?"
You just wait until that snake comes back out of her pocket. It'll be like a boat or some kind of, I don't know, something ridiculous like a bag that has a demi-plane in it so you can store anything in it. That's stupid, but you know, if there was ever anyone to create that, it would be Baggy.
As we kind of like focus back over at Baggy as she sort of sat there, like we sort of like then just see her just like moving. She sort of moves out of shot as we see
And a gentle hiss of a rope jarring.
It's like the smell of like the smell of burnt hair is sort of like just permeating around as you kind of make your way up towards this cave. As you get into towards the cave itself, you just kind of go up to like a small incline, which is very, very easy to kind of get up. I think actually you struggle a little bit, and I think Ishla sort of has a little bit of a stumble, kind of like, and Massimo tries to help him up, and he just like slaps him away, kind of climbs up on his own accord. As you end up kind of getting towards this cave. And as you make your way in, the cave entrance, I say, is about 30 foot tall. You can see that the sand of time has sort of like scratched this surface, turned it much more smoother. In fact, there's a rock that is standing just outside the entrance, which is sort of like thin at the bottom and then large at the top, like a mushroom, where the sand is like swirled around it over eons and eons and eons and sort of shaved it down into this sort of look of a rock. But as you go in, it just goes dark. And I think for all of you who've got dark vision,
Produce flame.
and it's sort of like you kind of like glow out in orange, and you see that this cave kind of keeps going further in, but it's so much cooler. I mean, like cold cooler. Like your feet feel good, your skin feels good, it's like everything feels great. In fact, sometimes when you touch the walls, they feel like they've got a little bit of dew on them. A tiny amount of dew, but you kind of can't, and you can see that it goes further in into this sort of darkness.
Ashley's cold.
Yeah, you're cold. You are cold. You're shivering slightly. Because of course the produced flame doesn't create heat either, does it? It's magical fire, so it doesn't make any heat. Which is good. But you kind of like, you continue walking forward, you keep going.
What do you say, Phatts?
I need to rest. But until we've checked this out, I don't feel safe.
Okay. We push on then?
We're gonna have to.
Okay, so who's at the front? Is it Phatts? Yeah, so I think from behind you see the light. It's like behind you, like this. You know, it's like reflecting around your body. And you're sort of seeing the walls and the ceiling and the floor.
I can take point if you want, Phatts.
When's the last time you ate?
I don't know.
Start thinking about it.
Why?
Because I need you to live.
And I need you to live, which is why I'm suggesting that I go in front.
I don't need to eat. I'm an object to war, remember? Gotta do what I was built for.
I didn't call you that.
Yeah.
I told him off, because that's not how we see you.
I know. Let's go together then.
Okay.
This block of 6 sort of starts going through into the darkness.
Mm.
Sort of like your footsteps are starting to hit like rock now instead of sand. And sort of like the clunk is sort of like echoing around as you're walking. As you feel that the echo stops being like here and starts like opening out, as like the light stops hitting the walls actually. As you realise you're in this kind of large open cavern. Or not open, this large cavern, it's still underground. As you're walking inside of it, and when you get about, I would say about 20 feet in, maybe, no, let's say 60 feet in. Big Phatts, you just hear a squelch under your foot.
Stay put. Don't move.
As Pups, you just start hearing.
Can I see anything?
So you look up and you just see on this little hill above you, you just see this large stinger of scorpion tails. And then you look around and it looks like the floor is moving slightly. And you just hear that sound. As the camera swings around to look in your eyes, as the eyes of panic, as you realise you're in a room full of scorpions. As we go for a little break. So we'll go for a little break there. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes' time to see what happens with our wonderful team of adventurers. Tired, hot, sweaty, full of sand, desperate for water, and needing something to eat. But please get yourself something to eat. Maybe get yourself a cup of tea, a beer, maybe a gin. Oh, who thought of the gin? So get yourself something. If you're new here, give us a quick like, give us a quick follow, give us a quick subscribe if you like that. If you're on YouTube, give us a quick subscribe. That'd be wonderful. But if not, we'll see you in a little while. So see you in about 5 minutes' time. Okay, then bye. Where's the crown, Evie?
I tell you what, if you go and get the crown, I'll go and get the dinner jacket with the foxtail.
Okay,
Goodness.
and it's a race. 3, 2, 1, go!
Welcome back, everybody. Oh, the chat has disappeared for some unknown reason. Oh, there's the crowd, and Dan has lost.
I mean,
It honestly looked like Dan just like collapsed the table in order to get that.
He always breaks something. He always breaks something.
Yay!
you look great, mate.
Oh, look at the
That's gonna be your
crown.
worst nightmare, mate, with how much you overheat.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay still. I'm gonna wear it with a vest.
Oh yeah, it's
But
like
let-
dewy. All dewy.
It's got a
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
It's got a tail.
Well done, everybody. Very,
Dad,
very
I feel
proud.
like you need to wear the crown and the dinner jacket. That would be a look.
I think I do. It is a Regency party, so I will be coming round.
Great.
I'll be
Borrow
going.
it anytime.
I'll be going to the Regency ball in a dinner jacket, a crown, and dual wielding fucking laser tag.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Of course, we are in the middle of the beginning of a battle. So we had thought we'd have a little break for a little, not comic effect. That's the word. Dramatic effects. That's the one. We're in a battle.
Area of effect.
So we're going to jump straight back in. But before we do, I just want to quickly let you know that next week, of course, we're on to our the other one of our side quests for Waterdeep Mallrats, Oshi's Revenge, and that will be starting slightly later. So we'll be starting at 8 p.m. Next week, and we might go on a little bit later, probably will do. But just to let you guys know, so that will be going a little bit later next week. And we're also planning something very special in the works for the end of the month. So, Dan, do you want to talk about that at all? Or...
Yeah. So we have already. I can't believe this. We've done 9 TPKs. So we thought we'd do something special for TPK 10. And it's not just a hand gesture. I adore the panicked face from Jess and Rob then when they realised they weren't joining in. That was a lot of fun. And we will not just be battling one enemy. We will be running a very special gauntlet. More on that later.
And we're also super excited because there's a certain DM who's going to come join us who hasn't run one of these before.
New DM, who dis?
And who we adore on this channel very, very muchly. So more on that soon, to keep your eyes peeled, and of course we'll talk about it more next week probably. But that's exciting. So remember, next week starts at 8 o'clock for Oshi's Revenge, and we have something very special in the works. You need to go make sure check it out. So therefore, you better make sure that you quickly follow everything. Follow this. Follow Facebook channel over here. Also, like, if you're watching on YouTube, do subscribe, and if you do, just give us a like on the video. Even if you're like, oh, it's all right, just give us a like. It's really, really helpful for for analytics and stuff. And give us a comment, troll us. I'm really happy for you to troll us. There's more comments in it. Yeah.
I love being told that my fun is wrong.
Yeah, me too.
It's my favourite thing.
I was chatting to a friend of mine actually. We were playing in real life with the wonderful Quinn, who we love on this channel. And they were like, "Oh, never played D&D, so I went on the internet. I was told I was an idiot." I was like, I fucking hate D&Ders. I really do hate D&D players. It's like anyone asks for advice, and it's like, you're an idiot.
Although that is not just restricted to D&D. Like, you go into certain
that's true,
spheres of the
yeah.
internet asking for any kind of advice. Mumsnet.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
you just go on the internet and someone's telling you you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, just opening up Google. Google's looking at you going, whatever you're about to Google proves that you're an idiot.
Yep.
Yeah.
But he was so upset when he came to. He was like, I was literally just asking how warlocks work, and they told me like why warlocks are like the worst thing, or like why warlocks are broken. And I was like, I don't care if they're broken. I just want to role play.
What an idiot.
Yeah, just wants to play.
He plays an amazing warlock called Garrod, who has a alter ego who is his brother Darren. But he doesn't remember what happens to Darren when they went down to play at the riverside. He doesn't remember what happened. All he remembers is that he came back and Darren didn't.
Oh.
They're an amazing character. All they want to do is take jewels, wear them, and have orbs and play with them. They're just amazing, and I love the character so much. But anyway, enough of that. Let's go back and do some scorpions.
Scorpions.
Yay! So let's go straight back to the screen. And let's roll initiative.
Oh, that's fucking loads of them.
That's just one thing I do need to do before I do that. You carry on and roll initiative. I'm just going to quickly do this thing. Interact.
Oh, look at this with the 18s across the board nearly.
Very
Oh, yeah. Let
Alright.
the team down, Rob. Idiot. I'm joking,
I was trying
no, I love you.
I was trying to decide what is worse, like idiot or stupid. Oh,
I mean,
one-
they both have similar connotations, don't they? And they're both
Where's
not
the-
Stupid
very
idiot.
Yeah,
Where's the thing?
I like coming from like up north, because it sounds really aggressive when you say stupid. It's
Yeah.
stupid. Like,
stupid.
It
Yeah.
comes out
so
very.
stupid.
It's very close to B.
I mean, me and Natalie were talking about this. We think it's because an adult. See, when an adult is going to be offensive to a child, let's say in a schoolroom,
Mm.
it's being called stupid by an adult
Mm,
is the worst.
yeah.
Like, you're stupid. And it's like got this, the P and the D in it, isn't it? Like,
Mm.
Plosives.
Close to
Mhm.
B. Close to B.
But both me and Nat were just like, it's the worst to be called as stupid. I'd rather be called an idiot.
Mm.
Also, I
Yeah.
think an idiot says that you've made a mistake, whereas stupid means that you couldn't help it. You're always going to be like that.
Yeah. And
So,
also,
I mean-
you can sort of be the idiot. Like,
Yeah.
it's almost like a fool. And actually, that's a little
Mhm.
bit lighter. I mean, to be honest,
Mhm.
I don't really want to be called either.
Although idiots get get a whole village.
That's
They
true.
get their own village.
And everyone knows your name.
Yeah.
All
That's to
right.
run the country.
Oh,
Very
current
good.
affairs here on Subtouch DM. Alrighty,
That's
so
Hype Master Rob right there.
Should aspire to be an idiot. We'd be a lot more successful.
Alrighty, let's get in and do the stuff. So, I think that you suddenly hear that squelch and you hear that sound. It's Ashley. You look up and with the glow of your hands, all you see is like the shiny backs of scorpions all around you, as you are first to attack.
Great. So she's going to take her little flame that she has in her hand and just throw it at one of the scorpions, the one that's in
Okay.
front of Phatts.
Okay, cool. So you fire it towards the one that's Phatts.
Yeah.
Do you want to do your attack roll, then, please?
Yes.
What are you throwing?
Just my
produce
little
flame.
flame.
Great.
Okay.
So that is, well, oh, I'm looking at damage. I haven't even actually thrown it yet. Hold on. Getting ahead of myself.
And suddenly, Phatts, it goes dark. Oh, it throws with an 8, and it just like misses. It just lands next to like Big Phatts. You see the flame come and it just explodes the sand next to this poor scorpion, and it does nothing. And then you just go blind, and you see nothing from that point on. Big Phatts.
She threw
You're
it with
in
it.
the
Nope.
Great news.
Anything else you'd like to do, Ashley?
No, that's it. That's it. Maybe no. She's going to scooch back. She's going to scooch back a little bit. There we go.
Okay. There we go. Good idea.
Just a little
remembering
bit.
the second Ace Ventura film where he goes into the bat cave. He's like, it's okay, they'll stay away from my torch. Die, devil man! And throws the torch. Oh, it's okay. They won't come near with my amulets.
As we go through to Baggi, suddenly goes from like colour to black and white as you're now in like your dark vision.
Yeah, great. That's fine. She's all right with that. Can we? Oh, do we think my movable rod's ready?
Oh, I haven't given you any sight. You can't see anything, can you, Baggy?
Oh no, I can.
You can.
I can see everything.
Wow. How come I
Like
can't see?
literally everything.
The token does not have vision. Oh, okay. Maybe. Oh, give me a second. Let's see what's going on. Because you should have vision and night vision. 60
Yeah,
feet.
I can see pretty much the whole map. Oh, it's much brighter.
That's weird. Why did you
How
see that?
bizarre. I don't know.
All
But
right,
yeah,
give me
I
a
can
sec.
still see the whole map.
Wow, that's really weird.
I mean, not like the whole map. Not like the whole fire plane. That would be ridiculous.
That would be silly.
That would just be silly.
All right, I'm just checking something. So I'm just going to go through and just make sure that you're not connected to other people's tokens, which you might be. So just give me a second.
I can see everything as well. If that changes.
Okay, so somebody's giving off light then. Maybe it's
Ooh.
Massimo. No, Massimo's always giving light.
Wouldn't Ashley be giving off light then as well?
My hair might be, but that'd be
It's not
pretty.
that bright. That's the only difference.
Like a dim glow.
Stupid.
Calling Rob stupid. Twice
Wow,
now.
We got
Oh.
an idiot and stupid. This is. Come
I-
here for the friends, everyone.
I was calling Ashley stupid because she's not that bright.
Hey!
It's not.
Oh God. Oh, that's
was
right.
good.
Okay, hang on.
Oh my god.
So yes, that's why. And sabotage DM. Okay, that's why. Just lovely. Save changes. That should change it.
Oh, now I can't see anything.
Oh no. Are you joking?
No,
Oh.
I can't even see
can
my own token.
everything.
What
All right,
is
so
happening?
everybody at home, really sorry about this. Oh, there we go. That's why. You should have it now.
Oh yeah, now I can see
Oh.
everything super bright.
I can see everywhere still.
Oh, I don't care.
I tell you what, I'm just not gonna move my screen from
Okay.
where it is right now.
Okay, that's right. Alrighty, so we go through to.
I mean, we've
But,
got what, like 60 feet of dark vision, so that's probably about right.
Yeah, that is about right. It's
Yeah.
just it
Oh,
comes out a
fair.
bit weird.
Oh, okay, fine. Yes. Do we think I've had enough time to do my little sigils? It's just a very simple little
That's
spoon.
why.
Flower.
hmm.
I mean, you can say no. It's gonna be fine.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Because you said you had a third to do.
Yeah.
Thirds to do. That was your fault,
Yeah.
not mine.
Damn it! I'm an idiot. Oh, idiot! Call me an idiot. Okay.
No.
So what I'm gonna do?
There you
Oh,
go,
but
that's
it's fine to call Rob one. Okay, so I'm going to. Sorry, Rob. Yes. Okay.
all right.
Regardless.
Higher ground. I
Um,
am a better person than you are. Carry on. Do
Okay.
your little spells.
Oh. Okay. Baggy's
So
gonna.
camp.
Baggy pulls out her lighter, ye old faithful, and is going to cast Chaos Bolt. And I'll tell you which one I'm going to cast it at. I'm going to cast it at that one. That's
The
what
big
I'm
one
gonna do.
here. So this
Big.
is what's known as a.
Oh, it's gone dark again.
Why?
I don't know. I can't see anything anymore.
All right. So this
Ah.
is. I think this is a night scorpion.
Ugh.
And so you're gonna fire off towards that.
That is exactly what I'm going to do. And have I got any bombs?
You do, yes.
I mean, screw it. I'm going to use a bomb. Kapow!
Kapowie!
Submit. It's a 19.
Ooh.
19 hits. That's lucky because 13 wouldn't have done. So you fire off this chaos bolt. So what does this look like?
Well, let me have a quick
No,
look.
not
because-
what does this look like, but like
Yeah.
you know what does the
Well,
spell look like?
I also need to decide what damage it is. So
So D8, isn't
Oh.
it?
yeah, well it's either it's one of the two that was rolled. So it's either a 7 or an 8 because that was a lovely little cheeky crit. So I'm gonna go for I'm gonna go for psychic damage, which is the 7.
Great.
Um,
Okay.
So it sort of hurls out of the lighter in a long stream, and as it gets closer to the big scorpion, it sort of turns into like almost like a very dark thought cloud, and essentially in any sort of part of it, like because obviously it's got an exoskeleton, so it's almost like it then gets like there's something sucking in the big cloud from in between each bit of its like exoskeleton, so it just sort of goes from one big cloud into like like how steam comes out of something like a kettle. It's like that but opposite.
So I think the scorpion sort of goes, "Oh God, I'm a scorpion. Oh God, I'm a bastard."
I'm
then, like-
I'm a night scorpion.
And then gets hit with 16 psychic damage. Is
Yes.
there anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, I'm also going to move away. 5, 10, 15, 20. I don't want to be too far. I'll go to there. And that's all I'm going to do.
Yeah, it's
Alrighty.
Baggy that's giving off the light.
Oh, is it?
Interesting. It's because of her shiny personality.
I doubt it.
So good. So let's have a look what's going on. I think it might be Rob, you can see I think it was because you weren't in a game somewhere, or like you weren't in a scene, and then we put you on everyone's token so that you could see what was going on.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's all right. Everything's fine now with the world. The comforting,
Darkness.
darkness, the sound of scorpions, and low health. Yeah.
Yep. Alrighty. So so you move backwards as we move through to Big Phatts, as you are stood in the darkness. All you can hear around you is something's.
Oh, we skipped a Pups.
Oh, was it Pups? Sorry,
Yeah.
my darling. So
That's all right.
Pups, you can see all these scorpions around. What would you like to do?
So I'm going to take one step up, and I'm going to turn to Phatts and say, "Listen carefully." And I'm going to hit straight down at the floor at the scorpion in front to try and make a really loud resonant noise for Phatts to follow as I attack this scorpion.
Okay.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Quarterstaff, two-handed, 18.
Yep, sure. How do you obliterate this scorpion?
I'm thinking like hot knife through butter. I'm thinking there's just, Phatts just feels on his shins, just.
Is it like a Monty Python foot?
Yeah. Yeah. I think
Poor
actually Pups
scorpion.
is going to start collecting them. It's going to go straight down
Yeah.
and just slips down onto the staff.
Literally, because if you could speak scorpion, like what you would hear is like after they nearly got hit by fire, it's like I am invincible, and it is dead. So what else would you like to do here?
I need to do my extra attack first.
Which is
I
nothing
don't-
in range, so you can't hit anything unless you
So-
got range.
So I can't move and do my extra attack.
No, so essentially, remember when we were doing the TPK and the creature could attack, but because it had multi-attack, there's nobody else for it to hit, it loses the next attack. Essentially, if you were stood next to something else, you could go pow pow. If that one didn't, because you got range. But ultimately,
Gotcha.
because you can't do that.
And that's
unfortunately.
and multi attack is different to extra attack.
Yes. No, they're about the same thing. They're sort of named differently because of the like NPC monster versus player monster. So if you read it, it says every time you make the attack action, you attack twice.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a weird writing. If you wanted to retcon that and move yourself in between, so you would have had the range on the one next to
What,
it.
to like
and
here?
then- Yeah, if you want to retcon it, I'm really happy for you to do that.
That would be a lovely teachable moment for me, Joe. Thank you very much.
Lovely. No worries.
I will then repeat the same. I'll sort of like come down this way and then come backwards with the two-handed quarterstaff as well to hit this hit this wee one. 19 to hit, 10 bludgeoning damage.
Hits. That does hit. This one, you kind of like, you go to go, and it just goes on top of its shell. As you look up at it, and its stinger is like dripping with poison. Its tail looks definitely larger than everybody else's, a little bit fatter. In fact, you look over at the big one, and you look at this one, and they look the same, but this one looks a little bit scarier.
This one's scarier?
Yeah, you know when it's like, oh, it's the little one that's going to kill me. It's that kind of thought. As you look down at what's known as a Stygon fat-tailed scorpion. So there we go.
Good.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, I'd like to use my bonus action.
To try and hit it again?
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna hit it one more time with an unarmed. 26 to hit, 11 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, so that kind of like, you kind of like go for a stomp, I imagine.
Yeah, so sort of go. I think try to do it. It doesn't work, and I think with it still in there, Pups like runs up the staff and like comes down at the top of the staff with their elbow to like drive it down further. Trying to almost like dislodge this tail before it can get to them. And with that, I would like to attempt a stunning strike.
Yeah, sure. So what do you need?
I need a Constitution save, please.
Okay, let's have a look. Con save comes through. Oh, they fail, so they are stunned.
Stunned.
Yes.
What's
the stunned look like? I've forgotten. My mind's gone blank. There it is. Stunned. Dazed.
stunned
Fascinated.
creatures can't attack or take reactions, right?
That's right.
Um,
So you can move.
And attacks of
backwards,
advantage on them.
Yeah. So yes, you could move and wouldn't be attacked by opportunity.
what have we got coming up? Okay, so yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some more of my movement to come back to where I was, and I'm going to lean back towards Big Phatts and say, scary little one just ahead, and I'm going to elbow him in the shin, and I'm going to hit just like this perfect little spot, like almost trying to tighten up some of his bolts a little as I hand of healing Big Phatts for 5.
Mhm.
So if I use one key point to flurry of blows, I can
Which you
use.
did to do the unarmed strike and the thingy. Yep.
Wait, so I've used 2 key points, one for a stunning strike, one for a flurry of blows, one of which can be a hand of healing.
Perfect.
That's my turn.
Oh, righty. So Big Phatts, you were in the darkness.
You're muted.
Well, can't see shit. And the only sound that you told me to listen to is now dead. So,
You just listen to the
think-
first sound and nothing else. That's so Big
Well-
Phatts.
Okay, well, I mean, like, you're going, listen carefully, 2 sounds away from each other. Does Phatts thinks is it running? He's heard a squelch, so, I'm gonna move. This is fucking like Battleship now for me. I'm gonna move 2 up, and I'm gonna attack north.
Okay. So I'm going to say that there is a creature in range, so you can attack with disadvantage. You do have an inspiration that came through from Umberthorpe, by the way.
And
so
it's
you can.
and it's stunned.
So then it's normal attack.
Great. Okay. You know that episode of The Simpsons where Bart starts going like this? Yeah. You know. And then Lisa starts kicking. That's what Phatts is going to do. He's going to come in with the sheep. 15 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Oh.
Just.
For 6 damage.
Lovely.
sorry, I should have retconned. He was supposed to go into rage at the top of that.
Yeah, I figured. I almost thought I heard it.
Yeah. Through this, it was as soon as the light went out.
I think it was when Pups hit that other one. It was waiting for the sound, and I think the sound was rage. That was the one, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. You can hear it. Just a slight. The steam rises out of him. So, and then I'll go for the second extra attack on it. Kelly Kachowski. Saved by the bell.
That hits.
22.
Lovely for another 8.
Another 8.
Lovely. Anything else you want to do?
Can I just do a kick for good measure? See if you can just fuck it away a little bit.
Yeah, you tried to kick it, and it literally, if you could speak Scorpion,
Moves out of the way.
it just goes, walk off. That's what it says in Scorpion.
Right.
You don't hear any of that.
Right.
Okay,
And with like
anything else you
complete
wanna
lockjaw because it's stunned. It's like,
do? Exactly. But in that way of like a pilled up angry man is in a club. Do you know what I mean?
Love it.
Alrighty, so is that your turn?
The only last thing to say is that the ancestral protectors have snaked their way out of Phatts and are choosing this little prick as its target.
Yeah, sure. So let's pop that on there as well. Alrighty, so the giant scorpion is going to move. Let's have a look.
A giant what?
40 foot of movement. And it's going to move to here. It is large. Very large. So we're going to go in for some attacks. I think the
Now,
first one...
when you say here, think about the audience that are going to be listening to this on podcast.
Oh, that's very true.
Where in the cave would you describe this giant scorpion having gone?
Well, I suppose it's from your southeast, I suppose. You just feel something. Try and 14. Does that hit? Big
Me?
Phatts? Yeah.
Oh, you're attacking me.
Yeah. Oh, actually, it gets it with advantage. So it's 14. Does that hit you?
why would it have advantage?
Because
Doesn't.
he's blind.
So I can't
Ah, balls.
see. Doesn't hit though. So fuck you, giant scorpion.
Yes, you feel a clamp somewhere, and then you feel like there's another one that comes towards your way. Oh my god,
Right.
22. Does that hit?
That does, yeah.
Yep. As you take 8 bludgeoning damage, which is 4, and you are now grappled.
Christ. Great.
And then you feel a sting go towards you.
Good.
With advantage, 19.
It hits.
And that comes in for 12 piercing. So that's 6 piercing. And could you do a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
No need, Joe. I'm down.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Depends on how much though. No, this won't go more than double, will it? 22.
I'm also
plus
I'm resistant to poison, and I've got advantage on con saves. Do you still want me to roll it? Or
No.
advantage on con saves with poison.
No, that's
So-
fine. You would never hit your maximum with that number, so
Great.
that's fine. As the scorpion sort of just like holding on to Big Phatts with its claw now, as he's sort of like dangling a little bit. You've seen this before. As we go through
Every
to-
episode.
Every episode. So let's have a look. How far can these little... What is that little sound? Like, is it someone's lighter? It's amazing, whatever it is. It sounds like a small... Nobody else can hear it. It's just me, isn't it? Yep. Okay, great.
That psychic damage was so powerful, Joe.
So powerful.
It got you.
Okay, so these are going to come in 10 feet. Little 10-footers. Going to come into there. These are going to come to here. God, they can only move 10 feet. I should have looked at that. It's like this slow march of death coming towards you. There we go. But one does come close to Ishlar, and it's going to go in for a little bite. Or a sting, whatever it does. A little sting.
Little sting.
So Ishlar can see in the dark, can't they? Let's have a look. Well, this one doesn't. No, we can't see in the dark, so Ishlar's blind as well. So that hits for 6, and he needs to do a Constitution saving throw. Okay. I don't think I did Ishla in the thing or Massimo. I keep doing that. So I'm going to roll them in now, and then we're going to do a con save. Yep, they're fine. They don't take any. They don't get poisoned, so that's a good thing. So Ishla goes in. He's going to take his turn now, and I'll do Massimo as well because I've got to do Massimo.
It's half damage on a success.
Oh, is it half damage? Great. So he takes.
Oh, Massimo.
+3. Okay, so the Gear Mage and Massimo is going to take their turns now, just so they get it out of the way. So Massimo's going to come in with his signature move on the Scorpion, with Scimitar, and doesn't have sneak attack on this one, I don't think. Does he? No.
No.
Okay, so it's without the slashing. So without that, so 6-3 kills that one in front of him. That's good news. And then the Gear Mage is going to go for some stuff. So I think Ishla is going to. God, he's got fucking no spell slots. Yeah, he's going to use Flaming Sphere. Let's just get that rolled up. And he's going to stick the sphere around somewhere so that Big Phatts can see. And he sticks it there. Big Phatts, can you see now?
No.
Okay, great. Limits light. Okay. That should work now.
Yes, can see.
And he literally places it there. He doesn't do anything else with it. He just sits it next to Big Phatts. Okay, so Scorpions have had their turn. Fat Tail Scorpion is stunned, and it goes through to the big Night Scorpion. Night Scorpion is going to come around here, 35 feet of movement. It's going to attack you, Big Fat Pups.
Mm-hmm.
Right, next 3 attacks 2 with its claws. So we'll go with that with advantage. Goes to flanking, 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
For 9 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Goes for another one. That one doesn't hit.
That misses.
And then it flings its tail out. It's got reach, and it goes towards Ashley. 18, Ashley. Does that hit? Yes. For 10 piercing, and can I get a? You're blind for a very long time. So 10 piercing, 6 poison. You are blind. But can you do a Constitution saving throw, please?
Oh god. Okay.
Oh.
21, lovely. So you take half of the poison damage. That's 13 in total, and you're not blind.
Yay! I'm not blind.
Yeah, you're also not paralyzed either. Oh my god, this is a horrific creature. Oh, I know. Oh, this is because it is one of those wonderful creatures that comes from our good friends over at Cobalt Press. This is why it is nuts. Right, brilliant. As we go through to Ashley.
You said the littler Scorpion was more hardcore. What's that one gonna do?
Oh, it's really hardcore.
Joe, we've had no sleep.
I know. I thought you'd be fine. You're doing fine. You're doing great. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, Ashley. Oh, is it Ashley? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's Massimo. It's Massimo. Sorry. There we go. It's 22. So Massimo is actually going to come to your aid. And he's going to come to here. And he's going to attack because he's now got sneak attack on the Night Scorpion. 17 hits, and he hits for a total of 12. So he gets to 12 and just sort of stabs at it, and it sort of like squeaks in this sort of loud high-pitched screech that sort of goes around the whole cavern as we come through to Ashley to attack.
Cool. I'm going to move back a little bit, get some distance between me and that goddamn thing.
Okay, it is at reach. It doesn't look like
it does have reach, doesn't it?
It will be with it will have an opportunity attack.
gonna have disadvantage then, otherwise. Anyway. Okay. I'm just going to throw a firebolt at it.
Okay. 23 hits.
Cool. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong things.
It's alright.
It's because I don't have 2 screens.
That's it. Exactly what it is.
Yeah. Cool. So why does it not come up? Oh, press stroke. What? That bit.
Oh, big hit! It's this flames of like firebolt like springs towards it. Its eyes sort of light up slightly. Sorry, was that a range attack? It was, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Or 15 still hits, so that's fine. Wow, big hit. Anything else you'd like to do at all?
I've got my axes on me. I'm gonna get an axe out, and that's it.
Okay, so you get an axe out. Brilliant. Okay,
Yes.
so it goes through to Baggi. I think you're seeing stuff around in front of you happening. That you can see Big Phatts has fallen down because of the light that is now there.
Yeah.
What should you see?
What she's gonna do for now is move just 5 foot forwards, just so that she is within range to cast poison spray at the night one.
Yep.
The night skull. So she pulls out like a little perfume bottle that she's stolen from Oshi's table and completely manipulated it. And hopefully, we need a Constitution saving throw.
Saving throw. Oh my god. Saving throw.
God.
Comes in with a
Big
meets
damage.
It's 15.
Oh,
It beats it.
Such a oh wait, hang on, because it meets. Wait. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. No, ignore me. Ignore me. There's nothing I can do, sadly. It was something else. So I've still got 25 feet left of movement. What I'm gonna do. Yeah, okay, I'm preparing myself. 5, 10, 15, 20,
You're in range,
25.
by the way. Yeah, you're in range, remember, because it has reach.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? Oh, no. So does that mean that if I move now, it would provoke an opportunity attack?
Yes.
I
Well,
really don't.
It could.
It could.
Could.
Oh,
just say.
don't. That's
You need
the
to kill
worst
it
thing you could
at
say.
this bit. You need to kill it at this bit.
Yeah. I am so afraid of moving, and I think because it didn't quite work, what happens is Baggi it kind of looks at the thing and realizes that she put the wrong gas in it, and actually it's just perfume that came out, and she's like, oh, fuck it, and starts like just putting it in her pocket and just gets distracted and searching for something else. Yeah, she's gonna stay put. That's the end of her turn.
Okay, cool. Okay, Pups. You are surrounded by beasties, my friend.
I am so surrounded. Okay, first thing, free action. Gonna take a health potion.
Yep.
That was just 1d4. I'll have another one of those. Excellent
Yay.
news. So that's 9 more. Oh, no, not equals. There we go. I'll have some of that. Then is going to... which one do we try first? Okay, so we're going to smack the scorpion to the south. Two-handed quarterstaff attack. 13
Does not hit, I'm afraid.
balls. Okay, is going to go for that one again. 15.
15 meets it beats. Yep,
15 meets it beats for 11 bludgeoning damage.
lovely.
Plus Fury of the Small, 6
Yes.
more.
6. Oh, -6. I put +6, -6.
No,
Yep.
don't do that. Stunning Strike.
Yes, okay, so that's the Night Scorpion. You know when it's just like, your list just says Scorpion? It's like having
Yeah.
all your files called unnamed.
Yeah.
So,
This
can't
one,
say.
definitely this one.
Comes in. Oh, it beats it.
Wow. Okay. they're gonna have advantage on me. I need to stay alive. Pups is going to. Where do I go? Pups is going to bonus action disengage because he's a goblin. And is going to come 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 out to here.
Right. Lovely. He just runs away. Pew!
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anything else you want to do?
No, I think that do you know what? I'm gonna go 40 because I can, because I'm a monk.
Great. Okay, so we go through to Big Phatts. Can I get a death saving throw, please? Oh, 15. Well done. That's a success. As we go through to the giant scorpion that is holding Big Phatts currently. And it just goes in straight for it just sort of holds him here and squeezes. So you take a number off you then, please. I took one of your fails. Is it 2 or 1 when they take damage, Dan? We always get confusing.
Rules as written is 2. However, we have played this on stream all the time as 1.
Great, so do it as 1. So I think everybody sees it sort of holding and squeezing. Just giving you a target, everybody. What's the most important target in this room. And then it's going to lash out with another claw at Ishla. It is 2 for 1 father and son meal here at the 24-hour scorpion shop. And does it miss or does it hit? Let's have a look. Is that an advantage or not? Yeah, it is an advantage. So it hits for 3 and they're grappled. And then comes in for a tail attack on Ishla. That hits.
Oof.
So do a con save for Ishla. Old man doing stuff. Oh, he crits it! That's a 20! 20! So let's get all those emojis in there for the wonderful Ishla. Bless him. Bless his cottons, eh? As he only takes half of that damage, so that would be 18, yes? And he's still no, he doesn't need to do con save, it's not concentrated. That's great. I think that's everything that they can do. Gear Mage. So I think he can move this flaming sphere.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
bonus action.
Yeah.
Ram it into people, right?
Oh god, I made a mistake on this one, but can we imagine it's here because he would never have put it next to Big Phatts because that would have hurt him. Okay. So he's going to move it over to here. No, here as a bonus, which is going to get the scorpion's going to have to do a dex saving throw. Fails, so it is going to take quite a lot of damage. I think it's 2d6.
Has he got like a 5-foot
Yeah,
range on it?
yeah.
Would that
That's
have
what-
meant then that the stunned scorpion that it was then would have been beside
Oh
also
yeah,
would
let's
have
do
to do a
that as well.
dex?
Yeah, thank you, mate. I was too busy trying to
That's
get it
okay.
away from you. I forgot to do that one. So let's do that. Well, this is such a faster one.
Is it-
succeeds? So
Is it stunned though? Does it not automatically fail them?
No, because it's only stuns into the end of your turn.
Oh yeah, balls.
So it takes 8, 4, but the other one takes 8. And it can't. I'm going to say he can't cast any other spells. His arms are all like he's trying to do stuff. Bless him. As we come through to little scorpions, their tiny little march on the way to kill things. Duh. What's the song? From Apocalypse Now. It's just sort of like
Copyright strike.
there we go. Done. It's classical. It's fine. Okay, so we are through to the fat tail scorpion. can finally move. So they're going to come down to
Fat tail
Massimo.
Scorp.
And he is going to go for an attack against Massimo. Comes in with a claw. Number 1 hits him, goes in for number 2, hits him, and goes in for a sting. And hits him. Okay, so 1. And with the sting, and here we go. So he needs to do a con save. So at the moment it's all 1s. It looks like it's not going to be anything dangerous, but when you start reading the rest of it, it just becomes horrible. Okay. Massimo. On. Oh, he fails it. So now poisoned, takes a poison condition. And if he gets it again, he's going to start taking exhaustion. It is a horrible one. It doesn't sound like it's too bad. Unless you get hit 6 times, then you die. So it's a pretty nasty little thing. As we go through to the Night Warrior, who is going to attack Massimo as well. Oh, actually, no. He's going to attack, to do some claws on Massimo, and then he's going to do a spike towards Baggi, I think. It's alright, guys. Don't worry about it. It's fine. No one's going to get hurt. So that is doesn't hit. Second one comes in for a hit. 17 hits for...
Yes, it does.
Oh, no, not on you yet. This is on Massimo.
Oh.
So Massimo takes 5. And then here comes your one. With a sting. Oh,
Doesn't
doesn't
hit.
hit. I was literally thinking in my head, should I use my my advantage there, but I did not call it in time, so I'm not going to use it.
Made the right choice.
Okay, so we get through to Massimo. Massimo's going to come in to attack. If I missed anybody, I feel like I've missed someone. No, I haven't. It's going to come into attack against the knight thing. I can't remember what it was called now. Night Scorpion, there we go. Goes in for a pointy thing, and he hits it with the pointy stick, and... Oh, 17! Big hit! As we go around to Ashley. One moment.
Hi. I was like, there's a mute button, unmute button somewhere. Okay, so I'm just gonna go firebolt the night one. I know it's a disadvantage, but I'm gonna get an attack advantage thingy if I move. So no, let's just do that.
Oh, does not hit.
Can I use inspiration die?
If you can't, I'm afraid you have to call it beforehand. Otherwise, I would have definitely called that
That's
last
fine.
crit.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Yeah. Oh, do it. Yeah, I'm gonna move.
All right. So he's going to use its opportunity to go for a sting attack.
Oh, ignore that.
16, does that hit?
16 does hit, yes.
Okay, so you're going to take... at the moment it's like 17, but can you do a con save for me, please? Here it comes. What's it going to be?
There we go.
So sting comes in. That's fine. So you're going to take a total of 5 plus 7 is 12.
12.
You take 12 damage. You're not poisoned. You're not blind, and you are not paralyzed. You can now move. You can carry on with your movement.
Yay! I'm going here.
Okay. Okay.
That's it.
And that's what, anything else? That's it? You can see. Okay, great. Let's go through to Baggi.
Okay. Quick question: do you have any disadvantage bombs for you, Joe?
Doesn't look like it.
Not yet, chat.
Not yet, everyone. Did you all hear that? Okay, so Baggy is going to move here 5, 10, 15, 20, and
Thanks, Daz.
thanks, Daz. And basically, Baggy's going to cast Tasha's Caustic Brew,
Nice.
At the little horrible one and the big golden one, because it comes out in a 30-foot line. So,
wicked.
yeah. So let me just do the thing.
That little one behind as well.
Is that in the?
Maybe not.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say no. Let's have a look. So, what's the spell look like?
Let me do this. Boom. So we need a dex saving throw from those 2 scorpions.
Oh my god.
With
Okay.
disadvantage?
I can do one of them as a disadvantage.
I think, let's have one of them at disadvantage. Can it actually be? Oh,
Your choice. Which one?
I'd like it to be the one that's grappled Phatts.
Great. Yeah,
Please.
that's a good choice. That would be the
Come
disadvantage. This
on,
one's
guys.
normal. 17, so that one is successful. Was there anything in the success? Let's have a look.
No.
Creature covered in nothing. So get nothing, but the ones who fail get more things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great.
Come on, fingers crossed for a disadvantage.
Come on, dads. Come on, dads.
Okay. Okay, GPs. Caustic Brew in with a deck save. Yes.
Yep.
Mhm.
From the giant scorpion, and it is
Lower.
a
Lower.
15.
No.
2.
That's a 2.
Oh, wait, it's
so it
2.
fails.
Also, Joe, you rolled a con save for that fat-tailed scorpion.
Oh, did you? Okay,
Yeah.
let me do the other one. It's actually the same number.
Oh.
Oh no, it's
Okay.
it's better. Oh, it's better. I'll add 3 to it, so that's 20.
Great. Okay, so that golden one takes 5 acid damage and will continue to take damage at the beginning of each of its turns, I believe.
Yes.
Unless it takes an action to shimmy it all off.
Yeah. I don't
Um,
think it's that clever.
no. And then I have 5 foot left of movement, so I'm just going to take a little. Oh no, actually. No, I'm going to stay where I am.
All right.
Yeah.
It's just tense, isn't it?
Mm.
Go through the pups. Pups, you are distanced.
I am distanced. Okay. Pups is gonna skull another health potion. That was terrible.
It was terrible.
So 4 more. As a free action, I'm gonna use 40 feet of movement to get me to right next to Big Phatts to here. Staying away from that fire flaming sphere. I'm then going to hit this big old scorpion with my quarterstaff.
Yep.
26 to
Hits.
hit.
That hits.
13 bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
Stunning strike.
Yep. So that comes through the score-ups. I'm going to use my advantage here. So the
Yep.
con.
Con
Con,
save,
yeah?
please.
Oh! Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. So now it is stunned. I'm not going to say that drops Phatts, but it is stunned. Okay.
Great.
So it's just sort of like that. Just holding Phatts.
Yeah, pull the quarterstaff out, bounce it off the ground, kick it straight at the scorpion's eyes with advantage. Double that 20!
All right. Ignore the damage there. So that's 8 plus 8, so that would be 16 damage. Double crits give me max damage as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so
Yeah, 1 in 400 chance.
here we go. So 16, big hit, big hit. Anything else to do?
Then I would like to
Fails
use...
up with 20s. There we go.
And then I would like to use 1 more key point to Flurry of Blows / heal. So I would like to come down right on the top of it with with an elbow strike with advantage. 24 to hit.
That hits.
7 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, yep.
And then turn to Big Phatts and just like with like a 2-fingered palm strike, just go like right in under like the throat, and produce a hand of healing for 5 healing
Perfect.
damage.
Little steam kind of goes out into the smoke hole. As Big Phatts, you wake up. As we go, anything else to do?
No, I think that's all of the action economy I can possibly milk out of that turn. Thank you very much.
So Big Phatts, you're apparently prone. Oh no, you're not. You're hanging in the air, being
Right.
grappled by this thing.
Just as Pups and the rest of the team have found out from Little Rix that Phatts has an off button, Pups has accidentally found Fatts's cigar button. And
Oh,
whilst
did he
pressing
just
it,
turn you on?
much like a Pez dispenser, a lit cigar pops into his mouth and his eyes wide open.
Or is it those sweets you used to get where you used to flick the heads and like a sweet would pop out? Does he actually press that and a little bubble gum falls out? It's bad.
Spits that out. Presses the one beside it. Seeing that he's in the claw, he's gonna take his axe and just try and fucking sever the fucking claw off.
Yeah, let's go for the attack. You gonna
Because
rage?
you know what would be cooler than having an axe for a hand? A scorpion's claw for a hand.
So,
That's
are you raging?
Yes. Assume rage, yeah.
I'm guessing
Always
it's
assume
your-
rage.
Is this your last rage, I imagine, for the day?
This is my last rage, yeah, correct.
Okay.
Right, so going for the sheep. 24 to hit.
Yep. And would you please tell me what does that look like?
Cigar. Now, further lighting the room. The hand comes down, severs off the claw. Phatts falls to the floor, uses his other free hand, opens it up, and then shoves it into the scorpion and snaps it closed over its face.
Yes.
And then takes the claw back. I'll be having that. Who's next?
It's just a
Onto the ground.
Fats has just got himself a giant cigar clipper.
Yeah, you're right.
I'd say wonder what would happen if you gave that to Baggi. So, are we gonna keep? Do you mean no? Oh my god, the stuff I've got in my back pocket for things like this, is insane. So we can move on to the giant scorpion, who is dead. So we move on to the gear mage, who's now on the ground as well, and they are going to move the sphere to here. As they go for their deck saves, probably going to fail them because they're silly. 16, oh, they beat it. Oh. They take half of it, right? No, they don't. Oh, that's sad. And so instead, he is going to. He hasn't got anything. Yeah, he's going to shock and grasp the one next to him. 19 hits, and it just fries as he sort of touches it with his finger. But I think it's because of all the static electricity that Baggi had done earlier. As we go through to the scorpions, they're now getting to a place where they might be able to do some attacking. So there. So here. This one's going to come to here. This one's going to come to here. So there. And I think that's all the movements. So let's get some attacks on Pups. Little snippy bite stings. 1 and 2 advantage. None of them hit. And so the other one is going to attack Baggi.
I'm imagining that's sort of like a Matrix thing of just claws going like this and Pups just block it.
Yeah, it's just the little tails. I think they're just too small. They're just sort of, and it's on your boot, but your boot is leather, so it's not really kind of getting through. That's my thought. 10 doesn't hit, so the little scorpions don't do nothing. As we come through to annoying, scary scorpion. I think he's going to attack Massimo again. And the little one. And he comes in for some claws with advantage.
He's going to be so tired.
Yeah, that hits. Another claw. 17 hits. As it goes in with sting. Sting them all.
Ooh.
14 does not hit. Oh! No, it does not hit. So, just on the claws. So 1 and 1. That is very lucky, actually. So that goes down to 2. So he comes through to the big old scorpion, who's just gonna lay into Ishla. So we go for a claw attack on Ishla. Misses. Go to the second one. Crits it.
Oh.
That's 20! And it comes through for 9 of bludgeoning
I'm gonna
damage.
I'm gonna reduce that with my spirit shield, so 2d6.
Okay, do you want to roll that? Let me just look.
Yeah.
Daddy.
9, so that goes nothing. As
Great.
he comes in for the sting attack. 14, I think that hits. It does. So he gets hit for a total of 10, possibly. So Ishla needs to do his con save. Come on, Ishla. Oh, it just about beats it. So he takes a total of 8 piercing damage, is not blind, is not paralyzed, is not poisoned. Well done, Ishla. Fire neat time. I think he's getting a little annoyed with this little one, so Ishla's going to go for an attack on that one. Not Ishla, sorry, Massimo.
Come on, Massimo.
Go on, Massimo. Sleepy Massimo.
He doesn't have anything on this. Oh, very sleepy Massimo as he rolls a 5 and is unable to hit the fat-tailed scorpion as we move round to Ashley.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna go for another firebolt because what? Well, she did a 19 on one hit. She can do that again, right? So let's see.
Oh no! As it
No.
flings off
No.
into the sky, and it hits. Ooh, yeah. I think you fire it off. It bounces off a rock and then hits a static tight. Yes, and it falls down towards you. And so I'm just going to give you some damage.
Great.
As you take 4 bludgeoning damage from the stalactite that lands on you.
Fabulous. So this is where she gets a fear of scorpions.
And anything
Should
else
be
you'd
a
like to
fear
do?
of stalactites, to be honest. Scorpions haven't really touched you.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Okay, so she's gonna move a little bit closer now.
Okay.
Right, that's it.
As you come through to Baggi,
Is this little one still stunned?
no, it's no longer stunned. It's got a little thing on it because it originally was. Oh, it doesn't have that anymore. It doesn't have the spirit gardens on it.
Oh, right, yes, I see, yeah. So Baggy's been rifling through her pockets and she finally finds what she thinks is the right bottle and flicks it open and casts poison spray at that little one. And fingers crossed this works. I need a con saving throw.
Alrighty, let's have a look.
Please? Please?
Oh, and it fails!
Please. You
Very,
take
very nice.
5 poison damage. Por favor.
Very, very nice. Anything else happens?
No.
No.
I'm not doing anything because I'll get attacked.
Okay. Comes through to Pups. Pups, you are surrounded on 2 sides by little scorpions.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and dispatch these fairly quick. So one on the left. Oh, only a 10.
Nope.
Ah, it's too small. I'll jab it again. 19.
Yep, that hits, and that one's squashed. Squished.
Okay, and then just stomp on the other one. Natural 20.
Yeah, I would ask you what this looks like, but you just pulverize it. Like, Baggy, if you do go around collecting poison, just to let you know, there's one that you cannot get anything from, just so you're aware. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because it is stomped to hell with a 20. Very, very nice. Anything else you'd like to do, my friend?
I am going to. I don't want to get surrounded again, so.
Okay, thanks, Morthorpe. Sticking all the emojis in. Appreciate it.
35. I'm going to come out to here, and that's my turn. I'm not going to use a key point this time.
All right, cool. It comes through to Big Phatts. Big Phatts. There's death everywhere, destruction everywhere.
There's death everywhere, but he knows where he's going. He's gonna walk straight over to. Can he get there? Hold on. Let me just see what movement I've got.
Yeah, you can get there. You're not prone or anything, so.
Yeah, I'm just ideally trying to get to there.
Oh yeah, by the way, the ruler has changed shape on Roll20. It now looks
I
like a
noticed that.
ruler. Yeah, it's no ruler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm loving the dark mode as well, as does GP Daz.
Yeah, we got it on the dark mode. The dark side.
Right, I'm gonna go to here so that I can get flanking on this night scorpion.
Yeah.
And now I'm going for some big boys.
Here he comes.
16 to hit.
That hits for 7.
7.
Yeah, it's looking
Coming in
pretty
with
bad.
this with another sheep. 11 misses.
Misses.
But I'm gonna come in for an offhand shepherd. 15 to hit.
Yep, and what does that look like? The barbarian coming in with the kills.
Oh, so rare. He actually he hits it once with the axe and it causes a deep kind of gouge in the scorpion's back, and then he takes the other one and plunges it further in, pulling it closer to him, and then picking up its tail as it's got closer. He just slamming it into the floor. Oh, but it hurts, Daddy.
Small tear rolls down Ishlar's face.
We still need to talk.
Ishlar's going to drop everything, and suddenly the light disappears, and you just feel something hugging your leg. As that's what he's going to do. Okay, scorpions start scattering, and they start running away. But they're running towards the front door. So anyone who's near a scorpion, so Baggi, you get an opportunity attack if you want it. But the rest will just start escaping and start running away.
Yeah, I think I'd like to. What's what she recently had out? Let me have a quick check. It was the poison spray, wasn't it? Oh, yeah. I mean, range is 10 feet. It is right next to me, but could I wait until it's moved just 10 feet away and then try and...
Right, no. I mean, you can try, literally, if you did an offhand strike and, like, kicked
Smack
it or
it.
something and smacked it and hit it.
Have you not got a great axe +1?
Oh, I do now, because I've got all my stuff back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can I just try and chop it in half?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
17.
Poor thing. Tell me, just because of it's just funny, and this is like Baggi killing something. So tell me, what does this one look like?
She basically suddenly realizes that she does still have everything, and she was planning on getting something else out to do something a little bit more, what's the word? A little bit more flamboyant. But the only thing that she pulls out is the axe, and she literally, it's like a comedy moment of going, and literally just tries, and it doesn't split in half like head and then the back of it. It's like straight down the middle, and then it just goes,
Yeah,
like opens up like a lobster, like a cooked lobster.
perfect. This is
Nom,
exactly
nom,
the
nom.
image I had ahead. I think you all see like these little scorpions. Some scorpions running around with eggs on their back, like they're running, they're taking everything, they're trying to protect their young. they're now leaving with all of their eggs and stuff. I think the fat-filled scorpion is going to disengage, and he starts running as well. He's going to use his full movement and run. As you see all of the scorpions disappear out of this cavern as we come out of battle mode. As you look around of this area that is now clear of creatures. Well done.
Also, produce flame, and she's just like trying to go into like every dark corner, like no.
Baggi just turns to Phatts and goes, "Okay, we killed lots of things. Can we rest now?"
Yes.
Oh, thank God for that.
So I think he spends the rest of the time preparing your camp. You know, you're collecting bits of dry twigs, etc. As sort of like the sunlight outside begins to sort of turn to deep red. It's almost looks like, you know, like a photo booth, like a developing room, like completely red. And you kind of like start thinking about, you know, who should go for watches. So I want to find out who's going for watch first. Big Phatts. Perfect. So the rest of you...
I don't sleep, so I'm happy to just watch the whole night. Just have to sit still.
That's perfect. So I think Big Phatts, you go outside and you sit by the cave entrance, where the rest of you kind of begin to fall asleep.
I think, but can I do one thing before I fall asleep?
Yeah, sure.
So as Pups is getting together his bedroll and everything, shaking it out, make sure there's no scorpions involved. As he's shaking it, a little thing pops out of his bag and picks it up, and it's a stone. And he just lifts it up to his lips and goes, "Oshi, are you there?" And just waits, and maybe waits for like an hour before going to bed.
Nothing comes through.
I think he's gonna walk in dead style it like every morning, every night.
That's a great idea. Very nice. Just in case, you never know. I think Baggi, you gonna finish your boom boom stick?
Yeah, boom boom stick has now been fully, let's say, pimped out. Oh no, that's the wrong word. It's got its lovely.
It's been crafted beautifully.
Yeah, that's what I meant. In my head, I was like, "Pimp my ride." I don't know why. Anyway,
it's even worse when you say it's a rod as well. You know,
pimp my rod. God, oh God, keep it classy. I will keep it classy, and in it is kind of like a symbol for each member of like the team, really. Like the Waterdeep Mallrats. So for Tunk, there's like a little spoon because he carved her a spoon, and they're really simple shapes as well, because even though she's quite good at creating stuff, she's not artistic. You know what I mean? So they're quite basic. So it's a spoon. It's kind of an oval, which is a pebble for Pups when they used to throw stones, and then with Oshi, it's a very poorly done flower. Like, she always thinks of the flowers around her bed, like the vines that she had at the Castellantas. And it's kind of her reminder of the fact that we do need to save our souls, really. And I think also just for Big Phatts, there's like a whisk. Yeah, and basically spends about an hour before bed almost meditating with it, kind of trying to attune herself to it so that it can become like the focus for a lot of what she's going to do. It's almost like she's doing a lot of like deep thinking with it, because she's not 100% sure what she's doing. It's like she's following an impulse, like instinct.
I'm going to write you a little a little ingredients list of things that you might be able to do with stuff that's from this battle.
Yes.
And I'll
yes,
send that
please.
over. I'll send it over this week. It'll take you time to make them, but
Okay.
you can make stuff out of things that are around you. Why else be an artificer than to make cool shit for everybody?
Thank you.
So that'll be that. And I think is anything you're doing at all, Ashley, before bed?
Not really. She's going to try and find though. Well, she's going to probably set up her bedroll a little bit closer to the exit because it will be warmer because she's freezing.
I think they've probably got a fire in the middle of here.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
Oh, then that'd be fine.
it does get cold in the night time.
Yeah.
I mean, I say
Yeah.
cold. It's like you know
She's
the difference between like oh yeah it's summer and oh my god it's autumn, that kind of change. So like a good 10 degrees. So for you that's
Yeah.
freezing.
yeah. So she'll get as close to the fire as she possibly can, and she'll probably try and spark it a little bit as well.
That's really nice to see you like throwing these blue flames towards
Yeah.
the fire. Big Phatts, you kind of leave the group and you kind of go and you sit out watching out in the red. And I think in about an hour turns and you just hear this and you look out as you see these group of wild ash camels just wandering around out front of the cave, and they're sort of like nuzzling there. They've got these kind of like weird noses that sort of like seem to disappear in ash. When they spit, it kind of like sucks back up into being a mouth again, and then it disappears in the wind. As these camels are sort of outside, as you kind of look up at them, you watch them, almost reminding of almost like a range, being back on a range or something, and seeing all of these creatures. Oh, the buzzing is you. That's what it is.
And he thinks as he's looking at them,
I wonder would they eat them?
And as you sort of stand there and look, watching them sort of graze, you just feel this hand go around yours. As from behind we see like silhouette of the red light and the dark black silhouettes of yourself on a very small Ishla standing looking out towards the camels as we fade to black. Very, very nice. You finally get your long rest, guys. So I think next week we will continue from that moment. Next time that we're here on Cinder Wastes, because we want to see what Big Phatts might do with camels, but also what the conversation might be here for this moment. A growing relationship between these two, or an argument. But we shall see next time. I hope that you enjoyed this. I certainly enjoyed this. It's a lovely session, doing a little bit something a bit different here on Sabotage DM, doing a little bit more of survival, a few attacks, some really lovely role play from you all. So I think just very quickly, we'll just do a very quick run around because we are overrunning slightly, and just seeing what your favourite moments were from today. So let's start with Mr. Dunbowman. What was your favourite moments?
I loved Baggy's crown. Also I loved the what's it called, the Predator moment with Baggy when she like finished off the first stage of the rod and just had the like completely oblivious to what was going. And I just love the description of like coat round the waist and the glasses on and the hair matted and just so Baggy, of just like so involved and like, oh, a rock. Like, and just for that to get 1/3 of the way to finish it off and not be like, oh no, I've done some really great world building, I'm gonna say it's completed. Like, to do the whole thing and be like, no, 33%, I've got more to do. I like that.
Really, really nice. I think I'll go over to Evie now, actually, and find out what Evie was your favourite moments for today.
I had so many. I actually wrote a few of them down. I really loved the conversation between Pups and Ashley. I thought that was lovely. really, really interesting to see these two kind of form a bond and talk about magic and what it means to both of them. I thought that was really lovely. I really like Big Phatts stuff going on with Ishla as well. Like, again, it's all just it all just makes sense. It feels so real. And like, I also really liked how Phatts kind of became the leader of the group and the dad. And I don't know if this was like conscious or subconscious, but it was just like, I'm going to show you what it actually means to be there for people, you know? And I just found that so fascinating. And just for Joe as well, like the amount of stuff you always have going on all the time, and like all of the NPCs, and like whenever we're in a battle, like every single time I'm always just like bow down because it's so much to do, and you always keep it like interesting and full of story and all that stuff. So yeah, just lovely.
Great. Lovely. We'll pop over to, thank you for that, but we'll pop over to Rob, as you mentioned, Rob, so we'll see you there. I'm also going to say it's really, really good to see Live and Let's Die. I'm really good to see you here. I've missed you very much, so it's nice to see you in the game. So thank you. So Rob, what was your favourite moments?
I will echo some of what Evie said. Really liked the Ashley and Pups bits of trying to figure each other out. I love the key moment of the give me your hand. Really like that. I also like two bits which I just think are very they weren't like role playing, but they were very D&D moments, and I like those bits where Jessica remembered that she had axes and the excitement that she had when she went, "Oh, I have my axes." Okay, that's the end of my turn. And then like what felt like 40 minutes of Dan trying to figure out where he was going to move, and that like watching the cogs turning in his head. Really like that, and the real mathematical equation that was present in front of his face. Yeah, that would be.
I'll have to meme it. I'll have to put like the.
Also, I'll tell you one other thing, and this is just your DM style, Joe, is that you've really trained us to think that everything is so fucking dangerous, because I'm looking at the sand, Joe, and you're like, you see something in the sand, and I'm like, okay, fuck it, this is going to be the battle, this is it. I'll use one of my rages, I'll use every fucking ounce of strength that I have, and then you're like, nope, just a rattlesnake, cool, it's dead.
In my brain, I was like, oh, they could definitely take this and eat this. Like, all he needs to do is put his hand in and grab it.
You said it looks longer than I thought than you'd think it was going to be, and it was long, and I went, fucking sand snakes. This is where it's going to happen. Here's me thinking about smart as you all, being like, you fools, you want to lie down? Nah, sand snakes, that's what we need to be careful of.
Really, really nice. And Jess, what was your favourite roleplay moments?
It kind of was the going complete apeshit on a snake.
Very, very nice.
It was the fact of like he turns and it's just like.
Oh yeah.
That was fun. That was fun for me. And I honestly just live for Ishla and Phatts' relationship and that story. I'm like so invested in it. I'm like, do tell more.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. Really big fan of that one. But yeah, anything else that you liked? Just for kind of cut you off there. Sorry.
No. It's kind of like everything else has been said. To be honest, but like, yeah, I just live for that little storyline that's happening. And I just love Phatts over. What's the word I'm looking for? Overzealousness of like just killing everything.
Yeah, me too. I think for me, my favourites again, I'd say I really enjoyed the Ashley Pup scene as well. I thought that was wonderful. A really nice differences about what's different. I thought what was great, and then pulling that through to maybe that changes each of you later, which I think would be quite nice to see that the freedoms come through, maybe the free Pups and the control coming through with Ashley, and sort of like how you shared that, which was really lovely. Massive kudos to Evie, like role playing the hell out of it, and then going, oh no, I want a bit longer, as Dad was saying, like it's only 33% complete. Really lovely. And actually this one word relationship, as I said, between Phatts and their dad, it feels really interesting. Of just like I think they've only ever said one sentence to each other each session, and it has then grown and defined what that session is about for them. And I'm really enjoying it because it feels very real and it feels very good. So thank you, Rob. I really appreciate that. I think Daz has said something really nice on there, which is because the cabinet full of genies in teapots in the Sultans.
It's genuinely
really
scared
big.
of that.
Yeah,
Genuinely
I
scared
kept
of it.
thinking about like the heads that are in Return to Oz, where she had all her heads in a cabinet. I don't know why.
Yes.
Kind of like, but yeah, that's kind of got me a little bit. Mama Thorpe said, "Pups remembering times with Tunk." Yes, I have to say, mate, your intro this week was particularly good. So thank you for that. I hope that everybody enjoyed this. I hope that you've had fun. Like, if this is the first time you're watching, great. But actually, I love our family here on Twitch, and I really appreciated all of you to coming and watching with us. I really, really love you very much. So join us next week at 8 o'clock instead of 7 o'clock for the second part of our side quest for our Waterdeep.
Watership down rats.
Down rats, dude, rabbits. At 8 o'clock we see what happens with that wonderful adventure of Oshi's Revenge. Do come along, and of course keep your eyes out for the new TPKs coming at the end of the month. Anything else you'd like to say, and we can see each other? Anything we want to say before we finish? No?
Bow down to me.
And with that, we'll see you guys soon. Bye!
You idiots.